Testing. Ah. Testing. Ah, we're good. Alright, let me just tweet this out. Hit the link. There it is. Okay, hi guys. I'm a little late. It's 1 in the morning. I just got home. I showered because I had work. So, how about let's do this, huh? Just ooh. It's sweet time with that connection, huh? $750. Sure. Alright, let's do this. I'm not a little spoiled on this, but I'm just gonna enjoy this. I'm gonna be voicing whatever I can. Do it. Keep it down because it's 1 in the morning, but I'll still do what I can. In like 5 minutes, just wait for the game to load. Looks like we're getting somewhere with this. Hello, one viewer. Who you are? Could just be me, what I know. Oh, I should not do that. What the hell's lunacy? Huge. Okay. 3-star shirt. I don't think any ideas I really want right now. Let's do my 10 Ooh, hello. What are you going to be?
주인께서 명하셨습니다. 당신 청소하라고.
Ooh, sure. That's. I'll absolutely take that on. I need more Ishmael. I need more Ishmaels anyway. Yeah, sure. I needed it. What is it? Anna's death. Let's go. Alright, well, do this first. Where am I sitting with you? Up yet? Not quite. It looks like it's gonna be a few more, a little bit longer to my grind quickly.
피를 머금을 시간이네.
I'll run my bleed team then. I got that one viewer.
비록 함께 전장에 나서는 건 아니지만 저희를 이끌어주는 건 단테님만 할 수 있는
Probably
일이에요.
just, you know what?
이번에도
Too
분명
tired today.
전하신 길로 저희를 잘
this first?
이끌어주시겠죠?
꿰뚫려라. 기다려라. 병력을 새로 구성해야 하나. 포스를 쏘는 것도 부탁합니다.
저희에게도 이런 힘을 베풀어 주시다니 이 일이로
I'll just keep
마음씨가
running this.
넓은 분이실까요? 아, 실수로 주셨더라도 상관없어요. 한 번 베푼 이상 낙장 일이랍니다.
Better?
합격점.
옳다. 차포자들아. 예상한 것보다 움직임이
Here we? Yeah, here you go.
엎드리도록.
This is something. Oh, another one? Very nice. Okay, we can't quite break through that, but I did bleed damage.
너희의 무기로 이
We
혈투를
still can't,
승리로
but I'll
이끌
just do that for now.
인간 아류탄 소통을
Honestly, Taupling can just get away with this.
쏟아내.
Yeah. Who could have seen this one coming, honestly?
이 풍진 세상에서 힘껏 살아가느라 수고 많으셨어요.
Ooh. We'll just do it this way.
이제 모든 짐 놓으셨으니
Oh. Not a good sign for you, Odia. Sorry.
매일 보아왔는데도 감회가
위험을 가진 그대로 무너져라. 힘의 공격권 내올 건가? 승리로 이끌
이용하는
대가
것이
딱대기.
상책이겠지만
누군이라면 내었을 거다.
보상자를 챙기지.
And okay.
기대해라.
Nice.
아, 여기서 이런 공격이 들어왔군요.
아류산 소통의 칼집. 갈라지도록. 검을 풀을 줄 아는 자는 많다. 꿰뚫려라. 그 검에 풀이 있는지가 중요하다.
Get this eagle out of you now.
만들었다.
By this
솔직히
point.
말해라 잘해요. 보기 드문 용장에게 칭찬을 아낄 이유가 뭐 있는?
또한 용서할 테니.
부족해 차려졌지 않나.
You're gonna kill?
귀찮게 끌지
Not
말지.
quite.
판도는
I can do
유리하나
that now.
교만하면 뒤집어져.
Okay. Do this. Call it a day.
잘라낸다.
경계.
Adding up.
그래도 말려요.
Okay, well, it's something I guess.
그저 하염없이 모든
There's only 2 units left.
그렇게 황홀히
Oh.
피어나고
And
피어나.
not dead. Oh, about to be because we played this one before. Yep. That was quick.
오랜 목마름도 어버이를 향한 죄책감도
Oh, I can
피를
do this
마시는
now.
순간에는
I've got
기억나지
plenty of
않을 거다. 그러니
that.
가릴 것 없이 마음껏 마셔.
In fact, let's
그게
pretty sure this one is
우리가 이룰 수
the
있는 유일한 꿈이니까.
kind of passive. Yeah, it's good. I want to see what the ego's about. See? Yeah. Okay. Let's just get this out of the way quickly.
그분께서
Alright.
너희에게 거는 기대가 크거든.
And you,
최선을 다해라.
it's Game Shark time.
주군께서는 사소한 실수로 책 잡지 아니하시니 너무 긴장하지 말고 임하게. 날카롭고
Well, I
정확하게.
shouldn't. Surely, you're not gonna win either way. And we should find what we need to do. Oh, wait, none of us gonna win? We can just do this. Okay, well, you win. Thanks.
듀라니아,
Hard.
죽도록 달릴 시간이다.
오작 터뜨려주지.
You're just gonna win, aren't you? Because you are kind of Desperalia. I guess he did that. Sure. Sure. Okay, we could use some more DPs. Let's do it this way.
그 끝이라도 되려는 자가 있다면
Oh, well, there goes the seeking back in fortune. Can't manage with shit. You know me.
저 밝긴다. 듀라니아.
You know me if you.
기대받지 않은 것들
Okay, well, that was quick.
모조리 치워버린다.
예전보다 많이 나아진 것 같다. 나도. 그러고
It
보니까
started, right?
그 환상체
Wrong event on the.
이제 가호를 내려준 아이가 없어졌지. 다시 관리를 맡겨주실까?
You. Well, yes, you. Oh. Okay, got a lot of work to do. the shard the most use actually get me. Whew. So it's on Sinclair IDs, huh? Really? And it's you three IDs I just don't have? Okay. Well, how close am I to sharding these stuff? I was working on. You said 66, nowhere close. Guess we go into this for now. 12 stages. Okay, well, this is doable. All was chill with a tense air. Those present all sat in complete silence. Then there was Jia Yuan, their lips slightly curved to a mirthless. I said it all. Unsure what to say. Everyone, Jia Yuan feet upon. Rudely takes the situation. It begins assembly. Honored heads of houses, lords of each family, proxy, members, and little Zichun's guests who stay here at our H Court seems to be extended out a foreseeable end. Villain from Q Corp? But they're acting like she's any less of an outsider than we are. Yeah. Did anyone catch that? Our H Corp. Regardless of everything else, the fact that she hijacked the meeting from the get-go is ridiculous. Especially with Jia Zichun, the family hierarch herself, presiding over this official assembly. Clearly, she's using the pretense of assisting the hierarch to assert her own dominance. As we are all aware, venerable former GMU is always discussed with and confiding me about the matters of the greatest momentousness of which steered the very course of H Corp's progress. Yep, that's you, GMU. Even after departed the family for Q Corp, venerable former GMU has always written missives to confer such matters with me. Something about it smells suspicious, but we'd already been known to challenge her group without breaking decorum. Thus, as it naturally follows that I would be the inheritor of the venerable GMU's will, I shall be presiding over this regular assembly. We convene now to discuss and determine the future of H Corp. Grandiose and self-important intro. Clear to me that she considered herself to be the main character of the scene. Or something. Your Grace certainly befits your station, Lady Yuan Chun. Low, but we're all impressed by your utmost dedication to the citizenry of Hongruan, despite your already saturated schedule. We can hardly thank you enough for your magnanimity, Lady Yuan Chun. My parents, through shame that they couldn't be here, always sung praises of your expertise, Lady Yuan Chun. Responses from the participants, just as protracted, only obsequious instead of arrogant. As heads of some of those houses were under investigation for consorting with the forces foreign to Hongyuan, their vacuum was filled by the children's generation, whom we had the pleasure of meeting during the family hierarch war. Very well, then shall we? Welcome, Jia Zichun. The next person to sit upon the seat of Hong Yuan's family hierarchy. Greetings. I am... Now let us begin. For many years, all those who have gathered here have toiled day and night for the eternal prosperity and growth of H Corp. I like increases. That doesn't look right. Here's Zichun's expression being bunch of unceremoniously cuts off her. First on the agenda for this assembly, but our urgent discussions and passage of new major policy items that have been tabled for far too long. Distributive contribution rights, auctioning policy, quarterly amnesty policy. Hold on, big sister Yuan Chun. Passing distributive contribution rights auctioning policy would allow the auction for any remaining rooms the day before reconstruction days. And the quarterly amnesty wouldn't do anything but give unfair advantage to certain families and high net worth individuals by giving them large real estate assignments regardless of the performance of the previous quarter. Okay, wait, hold on. The distributive contribution rights auctioning policy would allow the open auction for any remaining rooms the day before reconstruction days. I don't like that. I don't think I like that. He doesn't like that either. Yeah, Zichun stutters a little, flustered. My point is, these laws are going to rattle H Corp's economy the moment they go into effect. Besides, laws are pretty much drawn to favor lining the pockets of a select few families and high-ranking officials of H Corp. If I may, venerable hierarch, lining the pockets. What an odd turn of phrase to refer to the bare minimum of respect the society might repay to its highest contributing members. Oh, before we continue, Zichun, I'm not entirely aware, but ever since the ascension of the new family hierarchy, the value of Hong Yuan has been racing to the, for lack of a better word, rock bottom. Clearly, this demonstrates Hong Yuan's concern in its lack of faith in the newly appointed family hierarchy. The stocks are falling. Therefore, it really follows that our most urgent task at hand is to put a stop to this value and reputation freefall for prosperity and greatness of Hong Yuan again. Yeah. Okay. That's my family's hierarch's job, right? Why are you... If I pursued H Corp's Articles of Association, you would have known that should H Corp to be in a state of crisis before... Ooh. Or Great House and the Board of Directors' voice may also carry de facto power in the Assembly. The Board of Directors, that's us, remember that we are now in a state of crisis. Crisis? What crisis? That led to my ascension to the family hierarchy was legitimate, down to the final approval. These unseemly rumors and slanders are tanking our value, which we have built up assiduously through years upon years of toil. So what is this, if not a state of crisis? Who wouldn't doubt new family hierarch's qualities, and this decline has coincided precisely with their ascension. Yeah, Yuan Chu, somehow turning the room against using, representing a single shred of evidence, saying her as some person I fucking hate politics like this. Wow. Single-handedly tanking H Corp value. No one in the assembly, single representative of any families present, stepped up to point out how Jia Zichun's swift actions were what finally repelled the outside forces that had marched right up to Hong Yuan. Or how she deftly maneuvered her forces to quell the embers of war by quickly taking control of the chaos within Danyuan. And showing any glaring signs of competence since her ascension despite her relative experience, but everyone in Hong Yuan's board of directors and family averted their eyes as though all that had somehow, inconceivably, slipped their minds. Oh, you take yourself to be a qualified individual for that responsibility, Zichun? Very well. And proceed. While waiting for you to begin your briefing before the assembly regarding the last 30 years' quarterly net revenue records out for Huangyuan singularity-related businesses, calculations on next year's fiscal debt forecast, and the exact recipe and variation numbers for the boluses that have been registered in the last 5 years. The Venerable Hierarch has not received that data prior to the meeting. I'll be aware of the chaos that followed the Ascension. You're still indexing all available materials to... Isn't that funny? Not once in the history of Huangyuan has the family hierarch ever failed to provide immediate and detailed answers regarding Huangyuan's historical statistics. Ye Yuanchun must have known all along too. Must have known how this family hierarch were all directly supplied and suppository of information to firm equivalent. Using it, featuring weakness. Knowingly asking for Yamnawar, Brent, possibly. Possibly tied to the venerable seat of the hierarch, Jiamu, but matched only by the great power bestowed upon it. Thus, how are we to leave the matters of the wing to someone who is evidently unprepared for that? But I need to lock something. Let's remember. Given the present circumstances, Saints may be forced called to vote the motion of no confidence. The motion of no confidence? The motion of no confidence, and passed by the high-ranking political officials, result in removal of the chief executive from office. Still going after Zichun's power. So this is a picture of Jia Yuanchun wanted to paint. Impotent family hierarch stammering and stumbling through her first meeting to the total and near unanimous lack of support from the H Corp board of directors. Whatever jargon they're on about. Seems to me they've got not an ounce of respect for the last of us. Never trust twats so overly obsessed with numbers out. They'll be the first ones to kick you out to this moment they no longer see you as you. You're not the only one who's pissed off. Can you please stop shaking your leg for a second? You don't need to make our frustration any more obvious, you know. I would have left the chair long ago if it weren't for this lass. H-Corp, the board of directors unanimously vote in favor of the motion. Certain parts of the family hierarch's powers will be removed. It is entirely possible he will become hierarch in there. Oh. We're going to fire her unless she falls in line. Easily convoluted way to. The assembly will now consider a motion of no confidence. Are there any objections to bringing the motion of no confidence against family hierarch Jia Zichun's floor? Hold on. The vote of no confidence isn't an item you can invoke so lightly. The family has no objection. Let's say the Wang family has no objections either. Zhou family too. The previous family had seemed to have precisely nothing. Those in power wore more youthful faces. Their tongues still carried the same old resistance. New family heads were just as cooperative as ever, and everyone seemed to be solely interested in staying in Yuanchun's faces. New faces. Easy to say. Heathcliff wasn't the only winner. It's far too vexing to simply watch and do not. Right? I knew you wouldn't let it slide, Don Quixote. Ew, walking over, all over Jushu like she's not even here. Hello, one concurrent viewer. Refrigerator running? I locked it up already. I locked the doors, so I tell you this, Gabe. How you doing, Gabe, by the way? I am well, just eating some food. I'm playing Limbus Company right now, if in case it's obvious. I'm doing a full voice playthrough of this chapter. If you're at all interested in that. Forsooth, we cannot let such injustice transpire unabated. Hey, seems like we're both on the same page. That's it. I'm not going to hesitate to make myself heard again. This time, I want to be courageous. With your help, Don Quixote. Come on, let's do this together, okay? Very well. I am in agreement! Yeah, let's go on 3 at the same time. There are no objections? 2. Suddenly you'll put this resolution to vote in a month and... 3. Here, I am. Objection! Hey, hell. Oi, you got mental? They stood tall, center of the entire. Hold such large weapons without tipping over. They're strong. They're really strong people. What can I say? That's just the average Project Moon person. They stood tall, at the center of the entire room's undivided astonishment. Alone. Where's the comedically large spoon? Oh, let me think of this. I think there was somebody earlier who had a comedically large spoon, but I can't remember who. Somebody. It's been too long. I wish I could remember. I'm pretty sure there was someone, though, that was use a large spoon. Not here. Definitely not here. Don Quixote, still firmly in her seat, gazed upon Sinclair's proud stand, rubbed her nose. Young Sinclair, thou hast evolved indeed. What an unmitigated pursuer of justice thou hast become, such unrelenting fervor and utter disregard for decorum. Certainly, mine efforts have finally borne fruit. What the hell? Don Quixote Heath would suddenly rub off on you or something? No, wait! No! No! What happened there, Don Quixote? We were going to. I'm objecting together. Or? I take it that suggesting to mean that we must voice our dissatisfaction through the official channels borrowing the titles of the illustrious Red Gaze in the Department of LCC. Disputes in such succession of power on such a high level of government are hardly ever resolved with rash grandstanding. Wouldst thou not agree? Why are you normal all of a sudden? What just happened? That's the clammy meat boy. Well, that's... I guess I just assume that this is how Limbus Company rolls now. There seems to have been an unexpected outburst from Zichun's guests. Withdraw your objection and we will consider this a momentary loss of control and not enter it as an official statement. It was, Sinclair's eyes were shaking like someone's life on the line. If not, I take it that you have full confidence in your abilities. But please, I encourage you to elaborate. How will Zixun demonstrate her aptitude for the responsibility of the family hierarchy? His voice continues to shrivel into a quarter. He can't. How could anyone? How could anyone, where we all had a very clear view of her path to ascension? During the family hierarchy evaluation, Diabaoyu donated the coins he received from GQ to you. Essentially, you pity-partied your way to victory. Pity-partied? And for your ascension, GQ and those outsiders from an upstart company had to, almost literally, carry you to the seat. Has there ever been a single victory attained by your own hand in that entire process? Have we not all been witnesses to the qualities that she exhibited during the family hierarchy evaluation of ascension? You must have no shame, making your forked tongue, having your unwitting buffoon. That's when quiet, even footsteps broke through his one merciless dismay. Yet, I see the point. It's to keep the surprise game. You know how it goes. The hierarch, with her grace, needs only demonstrate her already established qualifications before all. This is no place for an outsider to speak. But proceed. Just how will she prove herself before us? What an odd statement. Come from a fellow outsider who's been chattering for minutes on end. Forgive me, I can only presume from your verbosity that the right to speak in this forum was open to all outsiders. You said it yourself, no? The vote on the no conflict resolution will proceed in a month. It used to give the venerable hierarch a month to regain the trust of each family. What? It is rather clear to me that there are many who find their own defeat in the family hierarchy word difficult to accept. The doubt is easily resolved. The match between clans should lay out the results quite obviously. Very well. Third challenge between our clans. Proceed, which will preclude the participation of the family hierarch's Heishu path in the Jialan guards. You remove her Pao and Zhu before the game even begins? I'll make this test a series of sparring matches in both academia and martial arts, such is the case. What audacity. You truly have that much faith in Jia Zichun's abilities? You must know the consequences of failing these matches. Oh? There'll be a unanimous, one-sided end to the vote of no confidence. And naturally, any and all rights appertaining to the family hierarch shall be transferred to the board of directors. That is fine by us. You are free to choose any champion whom you see fit. Unfortunately, your underlings don't seem to show you any clear confidence. But, in the midst of the confused, flabbergasted sounds from the sinners, a clear, carefree yet defiant voice rings out. Hong Lu's. That's not true at all, big sister Yuan Chun. We actually have just as much confidence in Ji-Tun as she does. His wide eyes stare directly and unblinkingly to Jia's Yuan Chun. It occurred to me that this might be his way of expressing anger. Impudent child. How dare he stare me down like that? And then you're welcome to try. 1 month. You have but 1 month to prove before all an audience that she is, indeed, fit to be the family hierarch. Should you fail, the vote may as well be a mere formality. Child, I go to bed whenever I want. Gabe, I'm pretty sure Hong Lu is like older than both of us. I never got like an actual. I don't think actual ages are dropped in this game, but I'm pretty sure he's like probably around like 30, I think, if not like mid to late 20s. In other words, Should she successfully prove herself, none of you shall again rightfully challenge the independent rights and powers bestowed upon the family hierarch. If I'm mentally 61, where'd you get mentally 61 from? Consequences of such a recalcitrance would be no different from those that the traitors are facing, Richard. Well then, we will excuse ourselves now. Wait, I'm... Ages a while ago, that's what I got. I gotta take that later. I don't know, Hong Lu's seen some shit. He's probably older, he's probably like older than like 61 in terms of his mental age. If that's even a thing. Digong turns around towards us. The same mysterious smile. Slowly directs us outside the assembly. You may call them sparring matches, but you saw that each and every one of them is a test for prove your claim to the seat of the family hierarchy. A month is a time far too brief for drastic improvement, regardless of for whom it may be. Learning for a proper master for 10 months straight may do a few things, but who knows how long the search for one such master might take. Not to mention the official channels through which you must bring them past Dang Yuan's walls, which may take up to 2 months. Why not relent now and put part of your powers as the family hierarch to the board of directors? It seems that this fellow outside mental faculty are impressively lacking. The Lord has spoken in the past that, when in the presence of three people, at least one of them is bound to be a teacher of mine. And here they are, aren't they? They're Zichun's masters, each carrying something new to her. All 13 of them. Beyond just hotly towards the flabbergasted sinners, the assembly came to an end. Oh, this is gonna be hype. Oh, this is a hype moment. Be here all night. I started like one in the morning. It's been half an hour, and that was the first cutscene. Almost like 45 minutes ago. Okay. Do one of these videos. Name this. See? Back to doing this. Page 2. I didn't get the name there. Well, teachers. That's what it was. I look at their stream replay. We plan to train Jia Zichun anyway, but it seems that we're now under an unexpected deadline. Hey, when you said the Yasuo was going to help me out, does that mean that you're going to publicly humiliate the crap out of me at the assembly? Of course not, Jitun. Big sister Yuan Chun's an old snake. You've just given her 30 days to set the perfect stage for my downfall. To prove to the world once and for all I'm not competent at all to be the family hierarch. But Zichun, weren't you always so good at humbling anyone who dared underestimate you? Not so much anymore. Back then, like an idiot, I just had to hold on with everything I had. That's all I ever had to do. And I thought it was just a fun spin-off of Lethal Company, and now I see that isn't the case. Yeah, I'm really sorry to tell you this, but those are two different games, Gabriel Gabenson. I would be up for some Lethal soon. I wanna focus on this, I guess. Huh? Now, things are different. It's true that I'm vastly underqualified to be the family hierarch, and he's right. I pretty much lucked into this position. I should hopefully be able to run games better. When's that gonna be, Gabe? I'm curious. Play Silk Song at first. Oh yeah, that's coming out. Dude, I gotta fucking record Silk Song. Jesus. Z-Chun, don't tell me that woman's bullshit actually got to you. Well, she wasn't completely wrong, right? I'm just some kid who happened to be just good enough to survive some traps and ambushes. I'm afraid the responsibility of a family hierarch might be too much. Self-confidence is significantly decreased compared to the observation from a previous interaction. The heck, Z-Chun? I don't know you being this kind of character. I was the girl who looked down on us the moment we met. You even had the audacity to pretend to not know who we were, didn't you? Where'd all that confidence go, girl? That actually got under her skin back then, huh? So, Z-Chun, what do you want to do? Are you sure you're okay with this? Are you okay with letting this happen? If I let it happen, Big Sister Yuan Chun's going to continue expanding her influence here. I'm sure she and the board of directors have been cozying up to each other for a long time. Is the implication of testaments on her? Yep, it's true. Before she left the Q Corp, Big Sister Yuan Chun used to always accompany Jia Mu. We just let them hold the vote of no confidence. They're going to unanimously vote against me and slowly reduce the family hierarch's scope of power. And who knows, they might even call for a reevaluation, however unlikely that sounds. Besides, Big Sister Yuan Chun, I think her definition of Huang Yuan's prosperity might be different from mine. What she's looking for is an H Corp's prosperity. It's Daguan Yan's. Know that this all has something to do with its ties to Q Corp, which I bet has already been going on for a while just under my radar. Sure, they've already had plenty of taps behind me. Not the kind of vision you have for Huang Yuan's future, right? And that's why you spoke up against her. My vision for Huang Yuan is I want to change H Corp to the kind of place where people can live without fear. I just never imagined I had to prove myself like that. In only 30 days. And then, your vision hasn't changed. It hasn't. Great. So, it's decided then, huh? We just need 5 hours to deliver the bad news to Sad. So, to summarize. You're responsible for training Z-Chun to win these matches. I mean, these amorphous tests, on which hinges the family hierarch's fate, almost every facet of which is entirely under Jia Yuan Chun's control, by the way, and it's probably a trap. Within the next 30 days is ours. And we have to explain it to Sod. Wow, that sounds like a lot of work when you put it like that. Post-mortem reports have been quite rote. Sometime later. Pity, that must impress upon the illustrious Renegades that it wasn't mine idea at this time. Her stared blankly at Don Quixote as she made her desperate plea towards Sun. Yes, and I understand as well. For the 8th time. So distraught. As always, Sad was wearing the same refreshingly incomprehensible smile. The kind of smile that makes people increasingly anxious the longer it lasts. Well, that gives us about 30 days, during which the sparring matches, tests, whatever, will be happening as well. Great. Then let's give it our best. Sinclair mutters in a near whisper, clearly feeling responsible for what just happened. Yes, I understand. I never should have stepped out of line like that, but something just... Yeah. Let's give it our best. I totally agree. We mess everything up again, and... What? What? This company was always going to remain here and assist Miss Jia Chun acclimatize herself to the responsibilities of the family hierarch. It was also part of our plan. Well, I sure am glad that I took fast advice about how meticulous planning is completely pointless when it comes to LCB's missions. I never would have had to submit 9 separate disciplinary incident reports back during the J-Corp incident had I known. I believe I should be able to explain this further. Prior to his departure, the Lord was concerned that such a thing would come to pass. That's why he has left Zilu and I here to look after the new family hierarch's position. Must still be on rather thin ice. Oh. That's what they were privately told them. Doing nothing and allowing her wicked machinations to progress would have irrevocably made the entire board of directors naught but putty in Wan Jun's hand. I'm gonna get ready for bed, have a good night, creeps, and have fun. Alright, see you, Gabe. That would have led that snake to de facto assume the seat of against such an insidious foe for who wields intrigue as a weapon. The viable strategy is the most direct one. Challenge her head on. Besides, is this not giving you the excuse you need to prolong your company's stay in Daguanyan? And don't forget to catch your refrigerator. I will eventually, don't worry. It's also a prime opportunity for GIZ Chun to further solidify her influence here, depending on the outcome of the vote of no confidence. They have played right into our hands by accepting this deal. I don't want to rain on our parade, but are we not even going to consider what happens when my husband fail? No, we are not. Because he will not fail, not without aiding you. Also, you serious back there when you said that we were all going to teach GIZ Chun? All 12 of us? I won't object to selecting only a few of us with a better aptitude to be educators. Ah, by the way, we already have an established internal hierarchy based on the sum of each of our abilities. Of course, the results weren't entirely to my satisfaction due to an unexpected incident. That is, statement mired in narrowed vision, life with actual fraction. I am of the stance that the qualities of a good teacher are defined. And so, you must be the one who replaced the last man scale. Don't say anything about it. That's not to stand out like a sore thumb. I may, overread. The Lord has said that from the virtuous we may learn to replicate their merits. The flawed we may learn to avoid their fallings, as long as the student is willing to learn. Anyone can be a teacher. I also embrace the teachings from all those who we come across. What in the heavens are you doing? Aha! I am preparing a lesson plan for the young Zichu, our family hierarch. Wow, you should have gone that fast. What are these yellow wormy things here? Aha! 'Tis a star! Twinkle twinkling in its radiance. Oh, that's good. Sleep schedule here. Student would have negative 3 hours available sleep. This lesson planned by a cooperation with T-Corp. Yeah, it would be a mistake most fatal indeed. I shall correct it post-haste. Staring at Don Quixote's expression of her wild artistic merit upon the curriculum with usual crescent moon eye. That must be Zigong's goodness. Of course, each of their own, I suppose. I need not be shaken by every little thing until we have their actual lesson plan with me. Hey, thanks for putting your faith in us. We barely have any of that to go around ourselves, so I understand it couldn't have been easy. You could say that I have learned my lesson. The recent events have taught me that the path of learning is truly one without end. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, we're only a third of the way through. Not even a third of the way, we're like a fourth of the way through. Oh no. See the level. I have received a total of 12. What's that? He looks like. I saw a little bit of this earlier, but damn. Yeah, okay. Hold on. And there'll be 13 of them? And the executive managers had to spare the precious time to teach a class. Huh. Yeah, I handed in my lesson plan too. That is because... So who didn't do their homework? Loose silence. Everyone turned around and looked at one of the sinners. It ain't me. Oh, please, at least try to make a compelling argument. Who else than you could possibly... It's me. You think? You've been acting out of character a lot recently. What's going on? Well, that's, Claire was drenched in sweat for some reason. Actually, the seat was a large stack of papers, each filled to the brim with... There. Are these your papers? I'm done! Sorry, I got too into making a lesson plan and just couldn't stop myself from writing. Whew. The clerk couldn't have appeared more proud as he placed that big bundle of sweat-soaked papers in Zelu's hand. You see the mild trepidation. You seem to have did quite the momentous effort in drawing up this lesson plan. What's with her? Start reading from the first with stat. 108 analytical approaches to a study's AAA. What does AAA mean? How do you plan to explore all 108 approaches in a month? Appreciative artistry and assassinations. Oh, there you go, Shu. F you. Went too far. Wait. Sorry. Flip a page and continue reading for those 108 approaches. What paint did you use? Quite viscous and paper has partially melted. Ugh, lady, watch yourself. I've got some on my arm. Painting? Oh, she does not seem happy. Zelu? Entrails. Coating the world. Oh my god. Oh, she is out of it. Tell you how aesthetics appreciate the artistry of slaughter. What the hell did you paint that paper? Hey, get it together! She stumbled briefly. What was on the paper must have given her quite the shock. My mind watered for a moment. Too dangerous to be used for a lesson. Thus, it goes to the discard pile. Weak sauce. He would crumple up the paper without hesitation and toss it out. Next. Intro to Societal Reintegration. That's the title. Chapter 1. How to shake hands with your left hand when the situation calls. Chapter 2. Explanation of exclusively long-sleeve fashion practices. Chapter 3. Projecting confidence in why having a bug arm is totally cool. Gregor. Oh, well, he shut in the background, so it makes... That's, you know how it is. Proud of who you are, all that philosophy stuff. I want this lesson to give a bit of a paradigm shift when we can all come to get to see our flaws not as failings, as evidence of our individuality. Which will usher in a world where we can carry on with our lives, no matter what kind of arm we have. Discard. Next. Quickly flip through the pages. Intro to denigrative linguistics. Subheading. Power words, sticks and stones may break the bones, so let's add words to the pile. My credentials include the ability to dress down an opponent so hard that they fall to their knees and beg me to stop. I have plans for application as well. The lesson teaches methods pertaining to disguising compliments and criticism and vice versa. All of this seems rather difficult to learn. I conclude from my hitherto observations that Jia Zichun is an individual of great promise in this field. Follow my instructions to a T. I guarantee you, this cadet shall be able to have the upper hand in any verbal confrontations. Is this a curriculum to make the best brawler or the best family hierarch out of me? Quite interesting. But Jay is usually vehement to veto, eventually overruled the suggestion. Injustice. Another impressive title. Subheading, methodology to capture an entire room of preoccupied audience. Discard. Feed on thee! Wherefore? Oh, hold on. You know what? I'll leave that in just a moment. That's gonna go on for a while. Effects of ego splitting concerning intramural conflict between the self and the reflection and paradoxically fractured theory of idealism in which one attempts to open an opening door to open the door. Song. Utterly incomprehensible. Discard. Perhaps Miss Ryoshi's advice to truncate the lesson title should have been taken here. Survival and exploration. What's one reason to pay attention when the exploration team leader giving advice on upcoming adventure? Case study for 30 horrible mistakes that occurred because the team was distracted during the leader's lecture. Oh, it's Ishmael. How to track down a troublemaker who tries to sweep trouble under the rug while the team leader isn't looking. Someone ignored my advice that we should have been moving 2 steps ahead. Finally, I've narrowed them down to 3 culprits. Ugh, wait, I forgot to take that part out. And into the shredder it went. How did paper shredder get here? The art of using yawning as a cover for popping a cookie or 2 into your mouth. Especially useful when getting lectured. If you get good enough at it, you can do that with nuts too! So it was you who made those crunchy noises in that last meeting. What? Nah, do you take me for an amateur? The art of social maneuvers. How to let it flow through you. How to not make things awkward when you walk right in on someone bad-mouthing you. And the most important part of this art is to flash a refreshing smile in a way that looks earnest. It helps when you convince yourself that smiling is what brings good fortune. Smiles have a way of disarming people, giving them pause and making them hesitate. Remember that. Big Bro used that technique to confuse a lot of doggone young people who hated him. I see. This... Oh, this... I can't quite bring myself to throw this into the shredder. Next. Have to remain in complete stillness for a week until the next command is received. Oh, maybe so. This lesson was designed based on Rodian's advice that I must prioritize strengths that are unique to myself. Look, in my defense, I didn't know how he considered that to be his unique strength, okay? Let's consider whether standing in complete stillness for a week is a quality one might seek in the family hierarchy. What separates bravado from bravery? Jack shite. Start off and grab your weapon. Yep. Always gotta read the full print. The Heathcliff. That philosophy that reason... It's like philosophy that reason don't necessarily need to be considered before coming to blows. Martial prowess is indeed an indispensable part of the family hierarch's qualities. But our focus is not on developing a hierarchy of syndicate. Next. Permission disparity as a driver inequitable treatment. Oh? Huh. Actually sounds like the most interesting out of all sounding one so far. Information disparity as a driver inequitable. I'm too tired to figure out who the could be. Could be Sinclair. Oh. Fuck, who is it? Let's see. Faust? Could be, but I don't. I already had it threaded. Ishmael. Yours were already done. Otis already had hers done. Gregor already had his done. I'm too tired right now to think about this. And the application engineering. Okay, it's kind of losing me, but I'm still on board. For systematic resolution and rational self-interest driven. Oh, it is. Oh, hey, look, it is about. Yep, Castle Shaft. Still going. That was 1/5 of the full title. Themes of this double has hindered both of you. Every word in that title reports goodness necessity. We got through the majority of our lesson plan. Finally. Now that's over. Yes, it's finally my turn. Sinclair sighed with the gravitas over the most important mission. Thinking back, even back in school, I used to daydream about being a teacher myself. I thought I could be good at it. Oh, that's so sweet. I actually wanted to be actually wanted when I was younger to be a teacher too. I've decided that if my whole thing as a professor doesn't work out, I'll be a teacher. But as a psychology, criminal, prisons, I'll become a teacher. So I guess you could say that I'm pretty happy to be given an opportunity like this. I'll call my lesson, The Theory on Self-Overcoming. We have to accept that everyone stumbles at first, but by always striving to be a better person than I was yesterday. Hey, but what if I like who I was yesterday more? That's okay. Everyone has their own unique potential sleeping deep inside. So, everything I've learned and experienced so far, let me teach you. Teach you how to not doubt your own capabilities, how to overshoot higher. Hold on. Had me for a second there, but what's up with acting like you're an infinitely more enlightened person than I am? Of course. I've heard a speaking class where you can learn how to speak with modesty too. Never would have imagined Sinclair would be this into it. He's so into it that he's not even listening to what he's truly saying. Oh, in that your company's... it seems that Zealer has completed her review. Oh, I see. Now, how's everyone going, everyone? Class prep going well? My curriculum most special! Okay, so that's a no. It was Saw's impression upon taking a quick glance at Don Quixote, who was sobbing and cradling the shredded pieces of her lesson plan in her hands. Well, it wasn't a complete bust, but at least Larry's lesson plan survived. Phew. Zigong, he's sad. I prepared a full 30 days worth of lesson plan. Yeah, I couldn't get that to work, fortunately. Zigong, Miss Sad, I prepared a full 30 days worth of lesson plans. Would you like to take a look? Zigong and Sad weren't looking at the dozens of lesson plans they presented so proud before them. They were looking away. Zigong especially was looking away with an unmistakable expression of pain. So he doesn't know. Can I explain this, Zilu? Not bring myself to tell him. So, this young man produced this entire sizable stack of lesson plans all on his own. I see. Weakness has found its way into your heart in the face of such earnest effort. I understand. However, said that there will not be participant as one of Gia Zichun's teachers. Why should I call you pupil? Claire, to be exact. This has gotta be a mistake, right? Isn't Zichun the pupil here? No, there haven't been any mistakes. My lord has specifically instructed that you are to learn from this as well. What? What? Seriously? This is awesome. This is peak. This isn't right. Guys, this isn't right. Now this looks like a proper classroom. It would have felt pretty dang empty with just Zichun sitting there all on her own. Don't you think? Besides, I'm a Sinks the resident expert on going to schools, right? School was a luxury for me, you know? Yeah, maybe, but that doesn't mean I ever wanted to go back to school. You should learn to be grateful. I don't dole out my teaching just to anyone. Don't forget, we have to redo the whole lesson plan under their supervision. Notice you. He's going to use a soapbox and try to lecture everyone after something after every single battle anyway. And you, Ishmael, you get hyperfixated on something. Once you find something interesting, you never stop talking about it for 3 hours at least, and so that you receive the best education. Hold on, Yi-sang. Yi-sung, I thought you were the underdog duo. Remember during the checkup when I said, we got this? We're going to get this together. The evaluation painted a twisted picture of the true scale of strength, sole measure of which erroneously lied entirely on physical might. I shall not hesitate to impart knowledge with them. Congrats, my lady. I found you some deskmate. It's some also call a bestie, depending on desk list. Deskmate? Bestie? What the heck does any of that mean? Huh? Yuji's eyes widened with confusion, as though she had just heard those words for the first time in her life. She first met her when she was 16. She explained to me that she hadn't attended any school-like institution. This is part of the course of children of Hongyuan who are raised for the purpose of becoming the next family hierarch. The reason being that schools can be a perfect place to assassinate someone. So, deskmates and besties. Claire began to explain, seemingly resigned to the fact that he was essentially going back to school for a month with the other sinners as his teachers. Usually sit next to each other and help one another out. Bestie might nudge the other awake when they doze off, share their homework with one another if one forgot to do theirs. They usually end up being included in the best memories of each other's school time. They're not very important at all, huh? I got this on my own. I don't need a bestie. Oh, come a few years late, but I'm moved that my lady has a chance at experience in school. Same here. Unlike yesterday, Jun would sit and watch other kids walk to school from a distance, tears welling in her eyes. Dude! Oh, that reminds me. One day, I don't know, she starts thinking about eating from lunchbox with friends. I haven't a clue as to how or where she even heard about it, but she stuck into the kitchen and... wait! Don't you have a lesson plans to write? Come on, hurry up. 30 days are ticking down. We've only got 30 days. Of course. Fortunately, I become quite occupied with another task of great importance. Assisting Wei with indexing and reviewing various documents that are in critical need of organizing. Yes, I must lead the lesson plan tasked to you two. Zilu and Miss Saad. You any thoughts on the matter? What was that? I said nothing. God, I fucking love her. Oh, what's this? For 30 days of classes. This is the fourth part of this. Okay, I'll go for like another hour, and then I'm gonna go to bed after. Lulu and Sod appear to have aged several years overnight. Their faces sunken and shallow. Finally, after referencing the idiosyncrasies and various statistical data available to us regarding each sinner, we managed to come up with an appropriate curriculum. Busy, Lou? Apologies. Sleep deprivation has relieved me of clear mind. The path of an educator is truly a grueling one. Marching to battle would be much easier. Still, thanks to Mr. GIQ's methodology you shared, we did manage to find a way to make this quite efficient. Efficient, huh? To be a true family hierarchy, there are dozens, hundreds of virtues one must master. However, to do so in 30 days, as promised, is an implausible effort. Thus, we have categorized the countless virtues into 3 supercategories. They're called... what are these supposed to be? The Ren. B. Wisdom. The wise lose neither people nor word. Behold, one's silence is need of speech shall cost them. In need of silence shall cost them. A reasonable sequence of Dong. Courage. The ability to overcome fear. To act as younger. Have too much of it. Have too little. Needs harmony. How far are we allowed to go with corporal punishment again? I recall new instance of any discovery. And Ren. Humanity. Never to the heart. The compass of behavior. Back to it. Clearly, most of the faculty of this school are severely lacking in all 3 of your criteria. How do you think they'll be able to teach the students anything? I concern someone who needs a lesson in Ren. I'm in good hands. What the heck am I supposed to learn here? Where's Wei? Mr. Wei and Miss Zigong are currently quite preoccupied with handling the monumental task of paperwork. Ah, right. Mr. Wei wanted me to deliver this message to you. Be strong. Wei! Quite a protestations. 30 days of classes commence. Holy fuck. Okay. The goal is at high possible over 30 and to hit 1,000 of each. Course, days of fixed signature. Like by day, but classes can either end in success or failure. Successful class greatly increase reduce the amount of class combos or class combos with certain bonus effects when classes are taken in pay. You all discover undiscovered on the code list page what classes like begin class. Calculate during class review the students changing stuff value in real time. XP. Once this class EXP has been maxed out, the class will be upgraded to the next. Note that class cannot be upgraded beyond. Okay, so master is a high. It's student combat power. Oh my god, separately for the G. Ooh. Combat encounters may occur Daisy Chun will use account own. The gong-shaped button to begin the combat phase by winning the combat count. Pass. Okay, so you can see both of them. Oh, and we can see where she's sitting. Oh, cool. A unique panic type too. So these are her classes, medical approach to ego and the resume the class. Name is Isang. Class I prepared. I heard plenty about your mirror tech, which makes me wonder, by the level of advancement in that technology, can't you have approached it from a different angle? That's not how technological advancement usually goes. People invent for the sake of creation, only to have their inventions inevitably warped and weapons of destruction. So much promise. As you surmise now, your had almost been employed to shatter possibility. I'm sure that's the thing most others wanted to see happen. Removal of potential risks sounds much more palatable than potential itself to some people. But again, destruction was a suffering solely on my make myself a fugitive. I bring yourself to just eat it all. I conversed. You. Self. I. As you're aware, the mirror's reflection extends beyond the veil. What's the potential? Even among them, the reflection of the greatest importance is innumerable. Oh, that's so cool, the thought. Ah, okay, the morale suffered a little, but you got a bunch of Ren. Explain what you see. For some reason, Citrun appeared to hesitate here. Hey, you know, some of us have looked into the mirror for so long. Lady, we call Sun Zen, the family who contacted you. Yeah, the guy who said he was going to show me a precious flower that blooms only at night. I know that you were vehemently against me going out there, so I stayed inside. What kind of flower it was? Don't tell me you were actually looking forward to meeting him, lady. Oh, of course not. You were wise to stay inside. You revealed that you weren't the only person who was invited, my lady. That vile man had hired a group of assassins to ambush the meeting spot, and would have been waiting there to spring the trap had you gone. But apparently, he was outplayed and had his limbs and head torn off as punishment. What a relief, isn't it? I guess. I'm glad it didn't go away. You're right. If only you still had the Wu branch under your control. Stop it. We agreed to move on from that, remember? We don't have to talk about it. I was brushing my hair and looking into the mirror as we were talking about it. Or as I no longer recognized the girl in the mirror. I don't know why, but I just found it so hard to meet her eyes. But I brushed it off, because I had to. An experience like that was going to be a common occurrence anyway. The family hierarchy war was always looming on the... But you felt... shame. Paramount to face oneself. Nay, especially so everyone. Sinclair. Let's see. I see. I just see myself smiling. I don't see what's out of the ordinary. Seems like Sinclair couldn't really bring himself to face the mirror. Hey, what we just discussed, I think I understand something now. I've had some quiet time looking at my reflection. I think I uncovered a part of myself I've had hidden away for a long time. Fortunately, we're looking for Ren. And we're to day 3. Oshu, Ego, and the reflected were level up to the expert. Okay, cool. Oh, so now she has slash resistance, or minus 0.2. Okay, so then we can approach this and... Okay, so then he's going to teach. So, granted, while we kill... Okay, so... I see. So Donkey is going to fix our morale, while Yisang is going to lower it a little bit. It's true that a station of teaching is prone to imbue oneself with a sense of bashfulness. Here and Zichun both sat with a bit of apprehension as well. Understandable, given what Sa had told them some time before the lesson started. So, Otis, who'd been glaring daggers at Don Quixote for a good while, had decided to voice her doubts to Sod. So, what is Don Quixote, that woman, supposed to teach? We now consider that her usual flippancy might only cause more trouble than it's worth. You worry too much, Otis. You may not look it. Don Quixote is extremely well versed in those adventure tales. And why would any of that matter? Have you yourself considered that fixes often appear when history is in the making? Oh. Let us see here. Don Quixote took a second to say with a moment as though she had been preparing for her whole life for it. Then continued, oh, here we go. Amongst the greatest fixers whose honored names were engraved in history. Verily, let us commence this lesson with the tale of the fixer UFA. This tale beginneth in the year... Later. What are you... Done? How can she continue to talk at such length? You've been going for ages. Let us commit the time to test thy dedication to this class and the knowledge that should naturally come with it. A pop quiz if thou wilt. How'd you even find the time to prepare this? I can assure thee, it is a quiz of entirely reasonable difficulty if thou hast paid attention in class. Or really not. Does this pop quiz have prizes? Aha! But of course, I came prepared with such inquiries. For each correct answer, I shall bestow upon thee, from the very treasure chest of mine, these precious fixer badges. Forsooth, I did not let a single day go by in which I did not polish each and every one of these on 3 separate occasions at the very least. Oh no, I don't really need them. Hold thine applause, for there is a bonus award for the victor, who, by the end of this match, carries more badges. Thou shalt attain the role of a protagonist in this theatrical play of my making of Fixer Chronicles UFA. 'Tis an opportunity of a lifetime. I'm still not really... It's not doing anything for either of us. A pretty useless word, but if you're turning this into competition, I won't lose. Seriously? What? Scared you'll lose? Is history your weakness or something? I'll have you know that I was the teacher's pet in every single history class I took. Now you know that I was, no matter the subject, showered with praise from every master I ever had. Well... Okay, if that's how you want to play it, let me know that I was a prodigy in other classes too. Did great in art classes. Did good in math too. I was just being humble. Didn't want to steal your thunder, Zichun. Oh, then let me tell you that I was trained in the mastery of at least 10 different disciplines every single day. And on one of those days, you know what one of my masters told me? He said, looks like Miss Gia Zichun is finally getting a feel for how friendships close in age are forged in school. That's good. No matter how excellent her masters were, there are some experiences you just can't learn from teachers. Tick talked in response. 'Tis year 505. What is the historical community's consensus on the most trusted battle that Fixer UFA should send to partaking in? Allow me to impart thee a major clue. If thou hast paid attention as I discoursed upon the 5 pillages in which the Fixer UFA was mentioned, it should not be a difficult question to answer. The honored fixer of the cerulean heaven, who attained triumph in the Battle of Rhino Tree in the year 465, had said what was the worst ordeal she had to face in her career. You got it! But she had to forge onward despite watching her dear comrades fall one by one as they held the line to buy her time. Ugh, damn it, I was too slow! Be a young Zichun, thou art incorrect. honorable fixer of the Cerulean Heaven is recorded to have testified that the worst ordeal in her career was when she was forced to stand before her enemies with hair that was not luscious, as the supply line breakage caused her regular delivery of nutritional supplements to cease. What thou suggested, young Zichun, was her 17th most difficult ordeal. Speaking like she was actually there. That impression is quite understandable, for I am trained in the ways of vividly regaling these tales. But most of these tales I have learned from books. Much do I anticipate opportunity to regale these tales to such an audience, enough to study the ways of minstrels. Or a clear look of pride in her twinkling eyes. Oh my god, time suddenly flies when hearing the tales of exciting adventure. Okay, so we increased Ren again. Cool. What was the secret technique Honorable Fixer Lysander employed in his resolution of the case of the Fey Forest? Speak its name in full. I've got it. It's a summer night fantasia. Yet I cannot let pass such an unmotivated battalion of a super ultimate move. Hardly could one internalize the true noble spirit of Fixer by simply reciting with such apathy. Now must recreate the exact pose in the enunciation. Are you kidding me? Come on. You can do this, Zichun. You can do this. This is nothing. Illusion of Midsummer Night shall devour thee whole. My god, this is peak. Summer Night Fantasia. She's sobbing in the background. I can't. Thine enunciation was quite shaken on the word illusions, yet thou hast demonstrated sufficient courage thus to bestow upon thee this badge. I grow tired of this nonsense. How much longer are you planning to drag this on? Thus muttered the hero, then declared, I shall tear this evil storm asunder and find a place for this blade at the center of thy heart. Dante, lights, left side. Gotcha. Gotcha. Don Quixote, who was watching Sinclair and Gia Zichun's two-person play, suddenly wept her tears away. Bravo! Certain minor details were missed, such as that UFA, the Fixer, was left-handed, and that he had a habit of playing with the lighter in his left pocket for every duel. Yet, it was a wonderful reenactment indeed. I have no other critique to impart upon thee. When faced with great adversity in thine adventures, rekindle the memory of UFA, the Fixer's final duel. Remember it well. Thus cometh to an end the lessons of today. No moment, but I think I'm starting to get it. I get why she's so obsessed with Fixers. Let's try laying Zichun's hands where the badges Don Quixote had gifted to her. Constantly flies when hearing the tales of exciting adventure. Then, okay. And now it's going to switch to, yep, song. Metaphysical approach to ego and the reflective aura. And I killed our motivation a little, but I didn't. Oh. 16 max HP. Nice. Okay, let's do it this way, because we probably want to get our morale back up. Oh, previously minus 2.0, but now it's minus 1.75 now. Boom. This is a component part in the structure that forms H. This may prove to be an opportunity to conduct an in-depth analysis on the nature of the former H-Corp singularity, which has been enduring for such a long time. Look kind of upbeat today, Miss Faust. Indeed, an opportunity to study the old H-Corp singularity is not one that happens often. As there was potential for integration into Mephistopheles, and requested to assemble a part of the bus's engine, but was denied. A shame. Aren't you the one who built Mephistopheles, though, Miss Faust? Mephistopheles is indeed Faust's work. Not all of it was mine. It's possible that Faust may never reveal every small detail that went into its creation. I would very much enjoy a chance to completely disassemble it, even its engine, that could be reassembled by my own hand. Yeah, sure. Oh, you need to learn various mechanical fundamentals about old age technology. Oh, we got some combos. Cool. So that's how it works. I think I get it. I think this is how I get to learn more about the Old Age Corp. I don't think I can do much against the Reconstruction days right now, but this knowledge will certainly come in handy when the day comes for me to gradually dismantle that iniquitous thing. That day when Hongyuan can be a place where people can live without fear. The fear of the encroaching Reconstruction days. Without obsessively counting their rooms to see if they'll fall or not. Until Hongyuan can be a place where you can sleep with the promise of safe tomorrows. I'm sure you'll pull it off. Oh, and I learned a lot during this lesson too, Miss Faust. Bang. The voltage must have been set too high. You can experiment with a different combination of fusing light. There was supposed to be a lesson somewhere in there, right? Yeah, these are taxidermic genes. Dummies. Yep. That oral is back up. Yep. Okay, look at that. Now we have new ones. Okay. So clearly. Okay, so here's where your combo. So what are we missing? We need Yang to be raised. Do any of these increase Yang? None of these really increase Yang right now. Here's what I'm thinking. We don't need to... Oh, upgrade. Oh, is it because we just hit expert? Yeah, okay. Just... Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Right now, we don't really... Actually, wait, doesn't... Plus 2... None of these really include Young. Oh, but Gregor died. Okay, so what do we need? Missing a... G is... Here's what I think. Okay. Our morale isn't that bad right now. I think I can get away with something like this now. And then we'll improve again with... Yeah, I think we can risk this a little. Which more on the upside, but Doom's arrow fell grim as soon as what Gregor had written on the chalkboard. On 4, Losing a wing war leaves a much larger, longer-lasting impact than some medium-sized enterprise closing up shop. It might be too soon to talk about this, but we came pretty darn close to one of these, didn't we? We're this close to a large-scale war breaking out right here. Absolutely would have happened. This June here failed to finish, but like wildfire too. So, What goes to me about what exactly happens when a war... Oh. Some chalk slipped from Gregor's fingers as he went to scribble something. His left hand was trembling as though the room's temperature only for him. What's it got? Listen to me, Miss Zilu. You okay if I smoke? Go ahead. Good. Well, when else? Well, when else am I gonna get a chance to share the realities of war right? Wing Chief Executive Officer's face. Huh? The moments that just don't come off your skin, no matter how hard you scrub them. Take a break if you need it. I'm going to listen to every word you have to say here today, how long it takes. Man, do I appreciate that sentiment. Well, still though, I can't dilly-dally when Miss Chun's got other stuff to deal with, huh? So, let's look at how things were at the very beginning of the Wing War. And that's why the smoke war fronts were mostly characterized by trench warfare. To risk fighting in concrete jungles when they could just be surrounded by enemies at all. And tried to drive her out to an open field. And actually turned into trench warfare. Of course, every wing has a different singularity, so this isn't really applicable to all cases. The former G-Corps found flat plains easier to maneuver in. Like Daguan could make a pretty good use of Hongyuan as a defensive fortress, especially with its internal structure constantly shifting around. They should know and use very well. Exactly. This should explain why they were hesitating outside Daguan. Remember the thumb fellas? Ones he met who were going in circles? Not to mention how the Heishu all utilized the topography of Hongyuan differently. Now if they were to get a read on how one of the branches maneuver around Hongyuan, as long as the 12 Heishu branches were standing, Hongyuan isn't unassailable. Well, despite going into all that, sure we all know what the best answer in all warfare. Not having a war in the first place. I'll be honest, I can't stop thinking about some of the stories you've been... I can't even imagine what it would have been like to not only witness it, but go through all of that. We did visit your fathoms, Gregor, but that wasn't even the tip of the iceberg. The city was devoured in smoke. Citizens drug off their doors. During the war, it stood at the center of the heartless machine that was the city. Its every gear calibrated to slaughterhouse precision to maximize the deaths of its people. There, you must have witnessed things far worse than the he presently has. His eyes glazed, gazed young. Speaking relentless. Sorry, fellas. I'm afraid I got carried away lamenting what happened. Forgot this was supposed to be a class. I'll be sure to prep something more useful now. Oh, no. He told me it was really solidified my resolve. This chaos within Hongyuan needs to come to an end soon, lest something so horrible could happen. I'm heading to my next class. Wait for me! Even after the two students had left, Gregor lingered in that room for a while, lighting up cigarette after cigarette without erasing what he wrote on the chalkboard. Smoke soon filled the room. Left only after almost empty. Cool. So take a bit more of a moral hit. Class is going, Ichun. Not you, big bro. I pay attention in class. Oh, hello, Miss Dayu. She really insisted on helping me out, even though I refused because she looked preoccupied. The moment I found out about the concept of his lesson plan, I simply could not allow him to do. Like it's going to be another. Pardon for the delayed greetings. Failure of the Lin family formally extends her greetings to the venerable hierarch. I since I heard that greeting here. Wait, that big sis Bao Chai. You sure it's okay for the Zora family bodyguard to be here? Ugh. I am no longer employed as Miss Bao Chai's guard. Wait, don't tell me you got everything I did that day, including accompanying you, was under Miss Bao Chai's orders. And so why she no longer needs my services, I understand myself. Suddenly let me go after the trouble was over. So, what's there for you to teach me, big bro? The last lesson plan about not making things awkward got vetoed by Zulus, so it taught me a thing or two if we were still kids, but come on. Spent most of your time stuck in Yi Hongyuan or leaving Hongyuan. I don't know what you could possibly teach me. Possibly have to teach me. Don't you worry, Zichun. The one thing I think I'm pretty good at. My lesson by Zichun and Sinclair is clear, neat handwriting. Honglu wrote, "Writing Hongyuan" on the. Oh well, I don't need any help in that department for you. Look, I know you've had your share of assassination attempts, big bro, but GMU, the previous hierarch and the elders favor sheltered you. The worst of it. She's not wrong. Back when we had to fight our way through a bunch of sweepers, weren't you also one of the handful who got assassinated? Oh, that? I went in the hallways because I felt like something was off about my room. Well, Dante told us all to go back to our rooms, of course. Wait, it was my fault? You do have some intuition, I'll give you that. Looks like I'm going to have to prove myself. Dayo, you're preparing the thing? Utmost faith, but please, do practice caution. But Lin Dayu appeared with 4 bowls splashing with tea, or sprinkling some powder to one of them. Powder Wolfsbane. I see where this is going. You're going to teach me how to tell which of these bowls contain poison, right? You can stop now. I learned to infest poison like Wolfsbane when I was 7. For something as tame as what you are suggesting, venerable hierarch, I would not have been here to accompany him. Lin Dayu continued, sprinkling wolfsbane powder into 2 more bowls. Hong Lu, who was watching that with an oddly contented expression, closed his eyes. Please, mix them up, Dayu. Okay, wait, what? We stared in confusion, but we could hardly tell what was going on with the speed at which Lin Dayu swapped around the bowl. When we looked back at Hong Lu, there were 3 silver spoons in hand. The silver spoons were custom made at Dangguanyan's request. They must have item for children of 4th-grade houses. They can detect a non-sulfuric poison. Yeah, I know, they're actually... Ugh. What? It's nothing. In a Hongyuan, when we are beset by threats of assassination from all directions, knowledge alone isn't enough to save you. What the heck are you? But Hong Lu opens his eye before Zichu can finish. Then, he throws the silver spoon in his hands, throwing pins. He chugs the 4th bowl. He hadn't thrown a spoon at him. Holy crap, are you insane? You didn't check them for... His newer tea is always delicious. Even when cooled. 3 silver spoons Hong Lu passed earlier were slowly melting away after becoming tarnished black. Is wolfbane poison supposed to melt through metal? People like to be thorough with their poison in Dagwon. Everyone's been trained for immunity since childhood, yet to make a mixture of various poisons have a real effect. Huh. Fine, I don't even want to argue. What's the secret? I want to know too. Do they sound different or something? I just went with my hunch. Hunch? I'm supposed to learn that. We're not Heathcliff, you know. Get the hang of it after a few tries. Help you out. Begin with 2 bowls. Cool. Okay, our morale is hurting a little bit. See, you say you just avoided whatever felt wrong with the hunch. You reflected identifying the threat by reading the room and connecting it to your intuitive experiences. Aha! Using Miss Dyer's anxious breathing to clue you in. This is how you manage to survive for so long. Carefully, Zichu. I know that the Cultivation will come to your aid with a flick of your wrist. Know that your residence, Wan Jiangwu, will be engineered by the best craftsmen to become a safe fortress stocked to the brim with all kinds of useful bonuses. Even still, there'll come a day when you start to feel this creeping sensation whose origin you cannot. It does. Hope you won't brush off that sensation as. But worrying over nothing. Jersey Chun whipped around away from Hong Lu as if to express his satisfaction, but softened expression told me that she was glad to see him worried. Okay, cool. We're gonna have to improve our morale after this. Yeah, I so understand. Okay, we got something out of it at least. You'll be subjected to midterms prepared by the board of directors, Jia Wanchun. Palanquin has been prepared to take you to the exam sites, and only by passing the test may Jia Zichun retain her status as the family hierarch. A lady. Oh, don't worry yourself over much, Master Wei. You sound like you're at a funeral. She'll pass these tests with ease as long as she has been diligently taking her classes. No, it's I really hope I can survive until she returns. That Wei's rather funeral voice wasn't just out of concern for Zichun. Hey, you sure you're okay? Escaped them even. Bundles of paper. Gating over me like a storm, buried me. Feel yourself, that was no dream at all. In fact, never had I once seen paperwork trained in the arts of airwalking until now. I must be severely sleep deprived. We're not the only ones going through the ringer. Hey boys. We finally meet. I had a hope to fight you in the family hierarch war. But it's me then. This must be a sparring match? Why does it sound like you have a personal grudge against me? Oh, it's nothing. Nothing at all. No one would ever hold a grudge against you. The result of the family hierarch war couldn't be any clearer. And everyone's even remotely connected to the mess has all been dragged away and put under investigation. Hey, guess what? They dragged away half of my family, leaving more room for me. I should really thank you, right? Oh, honestly, why don't you just declare war against the Shi family at this point? Wouldn't that be much easier? War's not easy, it never is. What are you on about all of a sudden? Not something we should be talking so lightly about, even as a joke. Your family was arrested because they are under investigation for treason against Daguanyan. If they're innocent, I'm sure they'll be released soon enough. I know it's pretty much a given that they'll all be ruled as guilty, regardless of what really happened. I can't even pay them a visit because you've hidden their cells all over Hongyuan. They're not hidden. All holding something in Hongyuan have always been designed to move around in very short intervals. You know, that does seem like the kind of design that would lead people to make some unfortunate assumption. But I'm sure the initial purpose was to prevent escapes. I recently gained a better understanding of Hongyuan's structure. I'm planning to change our policies so that prisoners still on trial are allowed to have fixed locations. Eh? But I was lucky enough to take a few excellent classes recently. I had to reflect upon myself a bit too. You did change a little. Still, you better not expect me to go easy on you. I've got my own things to care of. Good. Come on, let's do this. Many illustrious fixers of the past have said that naught but disparagement awaits unjust victories. Dude, it's actually showing how she's learning here. So cool. Uh-oh. Okay, we got some defense. Yep. Okay, you're gonna dodge first, and hopefully it works out. Oh no, you're... Nope, okay. Yeah, so it's just auto battle. We just see sort of like how this works out. Huge. Okay. Very nice. Okay. We're still hurting. We're doing better at least. Swing. Very nice. Doing well, Zichun. Keep winning those clashes. That's not good. Wait. I'm so proud of you. Okay. Another win. Please stagger soon. Oh, stagger not for a while. Uh-oh. Fuck. Okay. That's rough. Oh no, do I have to do it again? Wait. Do I just have to keep doing it? Or do I have to like retry my things? Do I have to like redo all the lessons? Is that how this works? Okay, well now you're winning. Yep. Okay, you're making better decisions. Okay, well that's a little bit. Probably gonna be fine. Winning clashes. All we gotta do. That. Huge. And what happened the first time around. I mean, now we're winning the clash because you're actually using attack skills. So. And by making him lose more clashes, we can be a little more aggressive. Very nice. Hey, you. And stagger too? Pretty cool. I don't know what happened the first time around, but that sure was something. Good for you. How can you not look and get out of here? Was your clan doing the family hierarchy war, didn't you? Yeah. So what? Are we a penniless loser? Yeah. You little. And I'm sure that's what I look like to you, too. I don't want your... Sorry, every clan member who died in the valley died for nothing. If I show weakness, that means I'm making everyone who participated in the evaluation look weak. I'm going to win. I'm going to win without the fertile soil my predecessors have left behind, because their legacy was unjustly nourished by the blood and tears of Hongwan. Iguazen, you're tenacious, determined, and strong of will. That must be why everyone stood by you, down to the last man. Ma'am? I do. What do you think? Make them sing your name in glory for the remaining history of Hongwan? Okay, we need to... Okay, we definitely need to increase more. And we have that. And... what do we need next? Maybe the yawn. I think this is the best way to do it. I heard you managed to come out on top in your first sparring match. Congrats. Thanks. Your classes are definitely coming in handy. Your attitude. Well, take a look at what I prepared for today. Teacher exploring. Huh? Was it an indoors class? Yep. Exploring. Where should I begin? It's a very big subject. Free soloing to the top of the highest building in Hongwan. 10 days in Hongyuan's back street with only 3 items. I had plenty of ideas, but most of them got denied. And rightly so. And that's when I realized, fun isn't always limited to adventures in physical space. I'm just here to fill in, since the game needs a certain number of players, but... Really? you really call this tabletop game an adventure? In games of any simulacra can be made realized. What a move! Ooh, nice. Wonder roll for damage. Yeah, young Ishmael, thou hast absolutely pummeled the Gorgon beast with that firefall spell, rendering it most crispy. That was... Really? Well then, the next move. And that's how you came up with this? Played a few other games, but this is new for me too. Still pretty new in general, I guess. This is called Jianghu Journeys, or J&J. Popular game among Hunyuan's youths. Got generally positive reviews too. But Ishmael was so proudly presented before everyone else appeared to be. A board game, with numerous cards and minifigures. Okay, what do these huge piles of papers have to do with exploration? Rule number 1. Most experienced player among those gathered becomes the JM. Yeah, Journey Master. The Journey Master designs the story around the player's choices, the stage for what happens next, and generally helps guide the explorers to safely arrive at their goals. Why the most experienced player takes that role. Which would be me. With your... Each character seems to have these things called stats. Ugh, looks like we just have to pick from the set of pre-made characters for this one. So, I'm still playing this character's role. And Jia Zichun picked up their cards and with confusion clearing their eyes. Arrive at the great city of Yanyun, a place known to be the gathering hub for all kinds of influential people. They traveled here in search of a legendary treasure called, yeah, the Tianya sword. City of Yanyun, huh? Cool. Why are we looking for that sword again? It's because, legend in Yanyun about how the sword of... Right, the Tianya sword is the only way to quell the chaos of these lands and bring peace to these people. And also about how having that sword is the proof of the true leader of these lands. And so on and so forth, you know? We're stuttering, stammering through the introduction without our usual confidence. I see. A city called Yanyun must be in a lot of trouble too. They're affected by the oddly familiar setting of the story. Yazishu nodded solemnly without noticing Ishmael stumbling through the introduction. But, well, you know how it is. The point is, you guys need to go fight that sword. Then, reclaim the Tianya sword no matter what it costs me. Yazishu nods determination. Okay, yeah, we need to get our moral up like a fight now. As you gathered, it seems that the Kazan Keep might have heard of the whereabouts of that sword. What do you do? Oh, hey. The Kazan Keep, channel up to try to gain his trust. Remember, your wisdom is extremely low right now, which means that you'll find it hard to form even the simplest sentences. What if a different way to gain the Kazan Keep's trust that doesn't involve sweet talking him? You have a pretty high strength strat, access to a certain alternative methods of persuasion that doesn't require skill in speechcraft. Hold on. I'll try to use the Kazan Keep. I got a decent chance at this. My wisdom is pretty high. You pass the check. The Kazan Keep looks at you, having lowered his guard. Oh, not you, Sinclair. He's still pretty wary of you. Okay then. Just stand in the corner over here. We're gonna play around with the book. It's supposed to do anyway, isn't it? We'll bring a Heathcliff down, too. I'm gonna share some information about the sword he heard. Things that the party should seek northeast, toward Yinji Mountain. But... Huh? What's this? The well the Kazan Keep's eyes as he continues to explain. I think a patrolling guard beat his son pretty badly, just for loitering around the guard. The wound is pretty severe, so he needs medicine, but he can't seem to find any. Too bad. But we got a job to do. Yeah, what we came here for. We lead the Kazan. Well, they say that gyms aren't supposed to interfere with the player's choices, but... to be honest, I would have made the same choice. You can't stop and help out for every little side quest when there's a whole lot of adventure to go through. No, not leaving. I'm going to give him that medicine. What? Turns to various trials and tribulations with Sinclair. He doesn't keep Sun, who fortunately was able to recover, accuses your stories and hesitantly shares what he knows. You realize that he's talking about the fairy Yao Guai, guardian of the Tianya sword. The fairy Yao Guai's power grows under bright moonlight. Isn't this the full moon right now? Then we should wait until the sky's overcast. Doing that, the innkeep's son takes a quick look at the clouds and tells you it might be raining in about a week. Glad we helped him out. Okay, let's make sure we're prepared. Go, before we go. That's so sick. We'll have 15 or higher to hit. I know, I'm focused. Hey, I rolled a 16! The final singular strike from Jia Zichun, the fairy Yao Guai finally falls to the ground, defeated. Yes! The Tianya sword is ours! Excited, the party runs up to the sword embedded deep into the earth and grabs enthusiasm upon the hilt. With this, we can. However, the defeated fairy Yao Guai, whom the party assumes is dead, he jumps to his feet and lunges at Jia Zichun, who just pulled the sword from the ground. No! I couldn't get between Zichun and the monster. But that crit, it's going to be pretty deadly, even for you. See if you can make the evasion save. One. Another one. Nope, that's a critical fail. Okay. Sinclair falls to the ground, bleeding profusely from the gaping wound. The Yao Guai lies still as well, the final vestiges of its strength completely spent. Sinclair! Go. Go without me. Get that sword, and go down to the village. I'm the leader they need. That sword is your proof. No, that sword wouldn't mean anything without my adventuring buddy. I'm going to banish Sinclair up and carry him back. I won't leave him behind to descend the mountain all on my own. Hey, if that's your choice then, yeah. Perhaps as soon as you wrap him up. He's just that sturdy, you know? That strike would have killed pretty much anyone, but you know how healthy he is. On your feet, Sinclair. We're getting out of here together. Grab to my shoulder. That's it. Step by step. Hey, Zichun. Look over there. Anyone we've helped and saved on our journey come out to welcome us home. Right. If it weren't for you, Sinclair, we would have stopped and talked to every single villager there to hear your troubles. Sword was only a symbol all along. All of our efforts, experience in beginning our journey for the sword. But taught me how to be a good leader, not the sword itself. Right. Real success of this adventure was everyone's efforts along the way. Game overtook the class at some point. Okay, so now we have all these. Need at least some Yong. Oh wow, you increase Yong a lot. Okay, let's do these two. Do this one. Increase G a little. Or so. Do this one. Holy shit, 40 morale? Well, okay. 12 minutes necessary. I will share an expert from Sinclair who's 32 days ago. Begin quote. Huh? 32 days ago? What? You see, Dante, sorry to have, ask you this, but most of us are fatally wounded, so can you please turn the clock just one more time? End quote. Unnecessary interjections weighed down your... Wow, that's pretty bad. Did I really stutter that badly? It is a waste of time to evolve emotions with Fable and new. Same message could be delivered. 2 words. Failed. Let's commence field practice. Not see a single question for the 5 minutes. Huh? Well, okay, sure. Seems easy enough. He'll let her cry as he clutches his chest and felt are you okay? Oh, you. I snapped open. Task failed. 5 minutes have not passed. Cheating? This is my plea. The incident Sinclair had so desperately wished to hide. What? The what? Who wished to what? He believed that no one would ever find out your secret. There was one person who got to the bottom of the incident. So what did you see? Failed again. That's over. I can't get over the fucking class over. That's awesome, not gonna lie. Attention! Today's lesson. Cover intelligence acquisition. In other words, men, you will learn how to gain information from people. I'm pretty good at that. When them to decide, but being generous on spending, by setting up a good external as superior, they're ready to open up. Foolishness. Eh? That is among the worst tries I've ever had the displeasure of hearing. Do you not see how wasteful it is to spend a limited military budget? How it is to spend so much precious time trying to butter them over? The most efficient means of retaining intelligence is torture. Torture? That's it, the worst try I've ever had the pleasure of hearing. And then I'll waste my clan's strength on something so utterly useless like that. Besides, you end up actually killing them. Foolishness, foolishness! Jeez, can you stop saying that word? How simplistic. And disappointing. Your imagination falls short. If that is all you can think of when you hear the word torture, then this unit. This is exactly a military unit. This Hong Yuan may indeed be beyond your ability to lead. Well, I'm waiting. Get on with your lesson. Yuan seemed to put Zichu in thoughtful mood. Stop arguing and began focusing on class. The effective method of torture isn't physical. Things like waterboarding, electrocution. Well, inferior. Today, you will learn torture language. This method, you will always find the answer you want. Use speechcraft to entrap their mind, constrict around them. And let them take brief sighs of relief every time they give you an answer. That, cadets, is what you'll be learning today. To your positions, cadets. Wow, okay, holy shit, that's so much morale. Oops. Oh, I hear you fear Shi Huazhen. You would do best not to let that get to your head. It's been our family's greatest shame. Hey, watch yourself. How'd you learn not to underestimate the family underdogs? What? Oh, you don't know? See, I managed to talk Shi Huazhen into, you know. What? No, it can't be. I'm gonna spill the beans on my parents. I'm men already on their way. How did you know it was Block 32? We managed to get them out of a hiding spot there. Oh, so it's Block 32. Did you just... I did. It's way easier than it was during class. But stories about how you changed. I know you had changed such a heartless woman. Say something, damn it. Don't just stand there completely expressionless and... Oh, I see. Please shake our silly little things like this. Is that it? That may fit the seat of the hierarchy. However, the leader will respond with silence to their inferiors. A leader who considers them only disposable tools about to rot. I, Shi Jing, refuse to let so unqualified to your self-attained power. I'll be honest, Zichun's getting super strong now, so, you know, best of luck, I guess. What actually is your level? 3. Okay, you're all still stronger than her, but I've gotten better. Yep, look at that. A little. Okay, this is a bit rough because he's doing a counter, which could be a little bit daunting, but actually, oh, well, you had to just roll low, huh? Well, I guess the counter shouldn't hurt too bad since it's effective. Yep. Look at that. Okay. We have a shit ton of rupture count now. Burning up. We're doing good damage. We just keep on winning these clashes. Yeah, you do basically nothing to me. I literally just have to win these clashes and that's it. It is working out largely in my favor. Yeah, okay, bingo. That hurt a lot for you. I guess not. Because I'm like actually really strong. Staggered, huge, and that's it. Okay, we're getting pretty strong now. Damn it, I was so close. Did you really take the time to think about what happened if Big Sister Yuan Xuan actually gained control of Hong Yuan? Sure, it's going to be all buddy-buddy at first. She's going to acknowledge the authority of the board of directors, buddy you up, and compensate you for your efforts. But soon, you're going to see people from other nests coming in here and taking up administrative positions under the guise of advisors. As the small firms and clans are going to suffer first. When that time comes, I bet you'll be saying the same thing then. So close. It'll be a while before other members of your family are let go. You know this already. They commit treason, thinking they were piggybacking off Big Sister Yuan Chun's forces, but in reality she had already discarded them even before it began. She's made sure that nothing about this treason is going to stick to her. Father. Now, Let's think about this carefully. Jia Yuan Chun's vision for Dan Guanyan. Or H Corp? Or Q Corp? See the point you're making. Not giving us any reasons to trust you either. What guarantee do I have that you won't toss the cyber window? So, about that hiding place where you put your parents you just accidentally let slip? I'd known their whereabouts for a while, actually. They tried to identify their location. I didn't do anything because there wasn't any evidence that pointed to your parents' involvement. Is that true? How low is your opinion of the hierarch? Big Sister Yuan Chun made a big showboat influences at the assembly, but still have tight control of the Heisho of the hierarch. But you were arresting every member of the Shi family without even questioning them. That again? That leaders must take good care of those who are in the same boat as them? Many hierarchs go around arresting innocent people of H Corp, left and right, unnecessarily making more enemies for themselves. They don't plan on doing that. TKTWK. Deal with kid. Says, yeah, manager's not the only one who needs a translator. I would like to teach a particular bloody art class, but that AL black hair discarded my lesson plan. Yeah, no, I don't think your lesson plan would have flown through the weather there, artless or otherwise. In today's class, I'll SYNC if you're a UA. What? Well, SZAN if you're a UC. I'll snap your neck completely if you're an unruly adult. But I'll soothe, coax, and nurture if you're an unruly child. Did it hurt or something? I can't prank right now? No, not at all. Just listen carefully, evaluate the context, and there you have it. What context? What context was I supposed to evaluate? Let the art do the talking. MTL, kids. Yeah, there is much to learn. Class about to begin. Bring the class material. End it. Yes. On the venerable family hires orders, I brought the chop in the Wang camp. Why zero? No wait, what? What a who from a what family upon orders? Under orders? Too many travel restrictions here. I borrowed the rich kid's attendant. Bring her along to get you to places, huh? No, I mean, just what do you mean you brought that kid on my orders? Ryosha snuffed out her cigarette, opened the window to clear the smoke, dusted off her clothing a few times, only then brought the child to the elevated front of the class. It's kinda trembling and anxious looking. I extend my greetings to the venerable hierarch. The kid's scared out of his mind. Memories of childhood are important. They're the experiences that shape your future. Observe and learn. You're acting serious all of a sudden. So I do agree that childhood memories are important. Big brother bio or what? Anyways, moving on. You heard nothing. I think becoming a approach with kids here might help prevent a lot of potential future conflicts. You got your work cut out for you. I think Dago and Yon are extremely wary of anyone who's not their immediate family. Even worse, you managed to trick that kid here using my name. He must be terrified. Imagine his parents must have given him a whole lot of warnings too. I'll give you a demonstration. Behold. Oh my god. Holy shit, so much red. Wow, He's really taking a liking to her. Yeah, he wouldn't stop crying when we tried to get him to calm down. Besides, how are you even doing that with her hands? How do you master martial arts moves like that? Ryoshi was practically giving him no time for any other distractions. Giving him a moment to cry, taking care of that kid almost effortlessly. Employing all kinds of tactics, including but not limited to ventriloquism, konzu, traditional Hongguan toy, man tricks, sugared fruits, and eventually... Don't pull too hard. Child ended up piggybacking on Ryoshi, a few short earlier gone without a trace. I would imagine Ryoshi would be good at this. Neat. Exact same expression as the usual one. Ryoshi was gently caressing the child. Well, to be more exact, she was giving him a gentle pat. But I think I get it. Showing kids a taste of stuff and gifts isn't the best way to go about it. One is having them understand just what kind of person I am. Yeah, the kid's really on edge for his age. He's took to make progress, but whenever he suspected I was lying or something, he would go back to being on guard. That's also because he's a Dangguan kid. Kids do survive this place for long if they're not quick on the uptake. Hierarch. May I ask you something? Well, asking free, but I tell you, it's going to depend on what you're about to ask whether I can help you or not. Huh? Well, move, Rookie Hierarch. Why say all this when TWDT? Don't get the accuracy of abbreviations. So, bottom before GSU, then, in a usual curtness, spoke precisely 2 words to the confused child, and asked me to do the trick. Speak, kid. It's, my big sis said that when the hierarch family hierarchs were over, I finally played tons with friends. But their parents told them to stay inside because it's too dangerous to go outside. I have to say you're the biggest and the baddest of Hong Yuan, Venerable Hierarch. You want to ask if you can make Dagwon Yuan safe. I want to play with my friends. Gotcha. Really? Positively. Say she'll totally make that happen. Later, after Ziren guided the child to the classroom, I found Jia Zichun whispering something to herself. Long your plate, huh? The restructuring days just one of them. I'm going to try to improve the safety of this place anyway, whether he asks me to or not. It's safe enough for a kid like that to run around the market on his own. A place where he doesn't have to be afraid to go outside. Class. Yep. Omniscient Artist Viewpoint. Oh, hey Rhodia. So then there should be like one more after this. Just 3, 4, 5. And oh, yeah, because 11 and then 12. Okay, we need to increase our Young like a lot. We'll do this. Oh, actually, wait. Do this. You know something? One communicates with their eyes before they talk. So, you better pay attention to what their eyes are saying. Great, that's really great, but... I don't know, it just feels kind of like an obvious subject we talk about, especially when sitting around a gambling table. Sinclair? Given the time limit, this just happened to be the fastest and clearest method of demonstrating the ability to control your emotions. I swear, I had no other ulterior motive. I was practically forced to do this. Wait, stop glaring at us like that and join us at the table. I'm only briefly visiting my lady to pick up some paperwork. As there's still much work to be done, I'll be leaving in no time. Come on, guy. You know this game needs 4 players. I refuse your invitation. I must say, it's as if you need to force me to partake in such a base activity. What audacity you might be as well. Oh, so you think you don't have a chance, huh? Wow. And here I thought you'd at least be better than me at this game. Fine. I get it. Don't play a game, you have a snowball's chance in hell of winning. Good philosophy. I subscribe to it. You seriously think your shallow, obvious enough to go to me to play this game will work? Huh? Huh? What? Sorry, Scrub says what? That is crazy to say. Holy. Hello, my 2 viewers. Oh, Scripts is what? The way to join the table. Alrighty. Well, that's pretty straightforward. You 3 will work together to ensure that I don't win this game. In other words, make sure I'm not number 1 by the end of it. That seems easy enough. Be warned. I have a special power to read your mind without even hearing a word out of your mouth. Give you a demonstration. Let's see. Sinclair, I can see the corner of your lips twitching while your eyes are suspiciously wandering over there. You're looking to form a pang, aren't you? Is he cheering you? You want this dong tile I've got. I know to never, ever discard this tile. How'd you know? Honestly, it would have been tough for us to not know. Yeah, you can let yourself be anxious, sure. But don't ever, ever let it peek through. The moment someone smells your weakness, they're going to eat you right up. And Wei, you, dig into your glasses to hide your eyes, huh? Whew. This isn't gonna be easy. The greatest mistake tonight was allowing me a seat at this table. I already know the ready hand you got there. No, you do? Not too bad. It isn't much of an open book, my guy. You just need that one Zhang tile, don't ya? Sorry, not sorry. Not getting that tile. It's not there. Gang. I see. You called Gang Mel so you could claim the Zong, which was the rearmost title, didn't you? Does that, by chance, imply that you somehow know the location of every tile in this game? Nah, no way. I don't have the sixth sense for bad vibes. Very well. Never once did I think I would ever step back into this dark world of shadows, but... Very well. Now I'll be studying the Hua side and... Whew, I'm impressed. They're way too intense. I don't know how you get involved. Guys, isn't this the class for us? Shh, my lady. The importance of this moment could not be overstated. I see. What got you a ready hand, didn't ya? What do you think? 3 quad tiles in a row, huh? I see you got some innate luck, too. Very well then. Let's wager all into one suit. I won! Ooh! That's a King Yao Jiu hand! Your downfall is written the moment you forced me to discard Zhang. Ah, darn. I lost that, huh? Well played. Did you see that, my lady? Pardon that vulgar display, my lady. I will bring some tea. way, Victoria stumbles out of the room with her shoulders slumped. That's so good. Young. Huge. Okay, wait. Dawn and Faust. And can we... How do we do that? Where's the huge boost? Oh, crap. Okay, we have to do something different. We have Faust, Ishmael. Okay, wait. We have to see what other ones there are for... Wait. Oh, that's a cool one. Wait, so we got... Hong Lu. Okay, so let's say we did Hong Lu. If we did Hong Lu... Oh no, what if we started with Rhodia? Hong Lu. Then we need to get the boost. Where do we get the boost? The big boost. Gregor. Oh my god. Let's try this out. Oh, I did the wrong way. Oh, well, no. I think it'll work pretty well. Oh, hello. Hello, United Spare Gaming. Big bro that you sent your coins to. Big brother Q. Every hand, once the circulation goes round and round until eventually returns to their original owners. I also heard that some of the Wang family helped with removing the foreign powers from here. Why? Only wanted to prevent this place from getting robbed blind. I live here, you know. This is where my wealth lies. Well then, you asked for your public support? Oh, I applaud your audacity and think it's someone who just gave you the moon shall be asked for the stars as well. Everyone and their mother knows in whose hands the true political power of Hong Kong lies right now. Never mind, so I do announce my public support for you. I'm not going to have a voice to speak, but by the time the powers that be are done with me. Look, if Big Sis Yuan Chun generally believes that I'm not fit to be the family hierarch, then I'll happily remove myself from power. But she's a bit with Kill Corp. She says he believes she has Hong Yuan's best interests at heart with all those conspiracies she's been weaving under the surface, all those business deals and clearly skewed policies. or not. You're going to present yourself as the alternative, so you have to do something concrete enough to rely on. Just about half of the boards of directors votes may as well be considered abstaining votes. They're keeping this silent because they're afraid of Jia Yuanchun's retaliation. So, your remaining task is to convert those silent votes in your favor. Oh, not shaken by that at all, huh? You get that lost and wandering look in your eyes. I guess that didn't work on my poker face. No, most people would have failed to pick that up. Nothing changed since the evaluation. Your growth shows a lot of promise. Maybe that's why he handed his coins over to you. Well, I guess it's the only thing that thing he handed over to you, I suppose. Hong Yuan's tomorrow. Anyways, I should probably do as I'm told for now. My cousin will be your opponent today. I won't accept you as my hierarch just yet. Fight me and prove that you're at least better than I am. Only then I'll accept you. Okay, let's see, what are your stats? Oh, you are strong. Well, level 53 compared to level 53. Okay, so we're equal. At least. Oh, this is huge. Oh, we stay winning right now. Look at that so far. Jesus. Winning the next 3 also? Ooh, wait. Crimson Crabgod? Oh, we got upgraded. Assuming that wasn't the same skill. Oh no, what are you gonna do with that? 5 damage. Huge, honestly. Yeah, I got an upgrade. Impressive. Now we all just need some actual rupture damage. Staggered. Probably the next move. I'm gonna win this next move. Oh, not yet. Well, now he will be. Once I beat him in this. Yep, he just burned. Very impressive. His end. Good. You guys need to say to my face? Yeah, don't call my little brother your crap. Your little brother? What about? Do you have any idea of the mess you left behind when you yoinked that kid away? Well, that kid was her little brother. You can barely even hold onto your seat, but you're about to loosen anyway. All to give him false hope? I know it's all just politics to you, but he's really believe you, you know? I heard from the kid that you seem relieved upon hearing what I said. You're happy for once to hear that he had a fun time, being barred from playing with his friends and without things going Hongguan. Shut up. Besides, not all just hot air. What? I'm making an empty promise when I said I will change Hongyuan to a place where everyone can live without fear. And for that, I'm going to protect my seat of power, no matter what it takes. You'll fail. Not with you on my side. We all know what Big Sister Yuan Chuan's Hongyuan looks like. It'll be exactly the same in essence, and will be the same for the foreseeable future. Tell me, are you sure you're okay with handing over that same burden we carry all lives to your little siblings? No, of course not. Wang Kunshan left in a hurry, but the look in her eyes told me that there was conflict brewing in her. Yeah, my boy Heathcliff. A lot of young. Okay, which is something we actually need, so let's see. Who do you not get along with often? Oh, you know what? We need to put these two together. So that's gonna hurt morale a little bit. Who else increases a ton of young? You do. Yeah, let's do this one. Right, lads, listen up. This ain't going to be like the boring old classes you've been sitting through. You want to leave the desk once behind once in a while doing some real life lessons, yeah? Right, so here's the deal. You want to break the morale before the brawl even begins. Brawl? Well, that's by heart. You'll be kicking those twat arses left, right, and center. That's not exactly what I'm looking for. So, Heathcliff, I want to ask this question. About your club seems different today? A lot more colorful, too. Bullocks, lad catches on quick. Way bloke said something about how swinging around a real club might come up as too threatening and, confiscating it. That high-tech weapon cries boop when it hits people. I see. Oi, don't try to listen to me just cause I'm holding a different bludgeon. Let's get on with it. Straighten your shoulders. Eyes wide open. Let's get cracking. That heat suddenly raises newfound weapons in the sky, made a small boop noise. Oh fuck. 40 miles in class success in minus 10%. Oh no. Oh, you get all stats up. That's pretty nice. Faust and who else? Hey, Faust, Ishmael. Okay. Well, who can we combo with Faust or Ishmael? Oh, you know what? You're done, kid. We're gonna be losing a lot of morale after this. Cool. Very nice. You! You're back! Class. After an unacute pause, Zeal continued. We taught by a guest lecturer being invited tutelage. Guest lecturer? I wasn't informed of this. Where are they? I don't know. Maybe they're lost? A little bird told me that the venerable hierarch will give me a bottle of top-notch cloudy wine from Dagwan Yuan's brewer. Ooh-wee! There aren't any truth to that, folks? That guy! Just stop by to see if I can leech some liquor at this party. Oh, you was an awfully miserly place. You just spare a shot of liquor for this poor old drifter, won't you? Well, you're clearly not just any poor old drifter. Are you guys acquainted? You ambushed us in a room after the first round of the family hierarch war was over. What? The family hierarch war has been over for a while. Well, Hong Yuan who knows who the winner is. The Mongol you who only knows how to mooch off of the family set foot in here. But to give my clan a stern talking to. How could they let slip a drunk assassin like I see the hierarch is plenty suspicious. But I guess in many places, but please, I am no moocher. Put your worries to rest. A drunkard who enjoys a cool swig of liquor with scenic dances as my bar, the sky's my ceiling, the dirt on my bed. Who had interest in the night trip with the drunken palm and leaped down, landing with dexterity that betrayed the rags as he wore his clothing, and a terrible stench of liquor emanated from them. Is he seriously? Bad news, Miss Ichu. Apparently Jia Yuan Chun bestowed upon you a new master. Huh? Big Sister Yuan Chun? Who wants to deliver the message he was sending a master because, and I quote, I feel a deep sense of trepidation and pity for my dearest little sister, a neophyte hierarch who must be strung left and right without proper master. Wow, I am beside myself with gratitude. So that's supposed to teach her? The mysterious guy with the mysterious allegiance who might stab us in the back anytime? As you said, the family hierarch war is over. And even Mongols of Hongyuan know who has legitimacy here. The incident during the contest is nothing more than business. A job to take care of in return for what compensation they gave me. I hope you don't carry that grudge in your heart. But you didn't mean you harm your rivals in the family hierarch were at a person of a vendetta, did you? Wait. Dude, am I tired? Or is his outfit moving? Oh, am I stupid? I might just be tired. I realize that the optics and the concept of rejecting a master sent to us by Jia Yuan-Shu herself is not going to look too good. I know, it's only gonna make me worse. I'd rather not give Big Sister Yuan-Shu more images to take me down. You there! I have eyes tracking your every move, so don't do anything that might rouse in this suspicion. Boo! Ain't that a treat? I can hardly taste the wine before such hostility! On Dead Six warning, the night trip's response was only a hearty chortle. Before I begin the lesson, I'd like to get an idea of where my to-be pupils are. Now, give me just race if you will. Take away. That's close enough. But didn't. I was just getting started? Or is Flotty breathing hollow? Need I say more? Flawed forms often invite flawed hearts. In other words, your martial art prowess is amateurish. What the heck? Is this guy serious? I have never had a single master who had anything bad to say about my form. The arms are straight and the legs supporting your stance are solid and sturdy. Indeed, others would not bother themselves to find fault there. But let me pose this question. Are you, my venerable pupil, says that martial arts that are made to inspect unskilled peasants and no more? What? There's more to this than raw strength. Now, take a swing at me instead. Alright, you asked for it. As Yuchun takes a powerful swing at the night drifter. Your mind and pace of your body, your intent more transparent than a glass globe. Ego is dull, but has very little heart for feints. He waves his way between her strikes, which failed to even touch the tip of his ragged cloak. You're far too eager to strike. Focus singularly on your opponent. Force it unevenly across your body. You'll fail to cut, and get a little hole as comeuppance. Pokes the itch's back with the twig. Invited for this scene, the friendly hierarch had to go through eventually. The first kill. Some say the earlier the better. Mine was when I was 13. Not too early, not too late. Just right. It's been a few years since I four brothers locked himself in his... Last I heard, he was better for a week after ingesting some poison someone had sent to prank him. I'm not going to live like that dumbass. Try to relax your body, won't you? Your weapon, yes. But one mustn't singularly focus on the opponent. Do try to reflect upon yourself and... relax. Let the unnecessary strength go, let it flow out of your body. As simple as you do will naturally shrink your mind and narrow your vision. Hey, wait, did I send Big Bro a silver spoon or something? It wasn't that bad this time, but what if they give him a way worse poison next time? You know the young master buyer won't accept your gift, my lady. I doubt he's even seeking the culprit now. So stupid. No interest in anything practical, zero ambition. What a silly, pathetic attitude to have. Just how... But my lady, what practicality guided you when you chose to save my life over maintaining your control over the Wu branch? Some seek the state of anatta, the non-self. Anatte, non-self. But what they seek is the path of Ashura, reserved for the likes of Blade Fiends. This is cool. I recognize Anatte. Anatte. I don't know how to say it. Or Anate? I must say Anatte. That's look. Learn to look up everything except for the self. Our life is to live without stepping over others. Let it all go. The gazes, the pressure, all of it. Instead, face yourself and only yourself. Feel how light it all becomes. But the Chun's form visibly relaxes. It wasn't just a form that relaxed. First lips seemed to have found peace as well. He's got it. Well then, what should we do about you, my overconfident, proud people? Do you maintain your grave and cocky silence? I wasn't being cocky. I haven't found me yet. You were young Master Jia Baoyu's underling, correct? Underling. Yeah, however you want to call it, I guess. Led with a resigned sigh. Why do you think it was you, specifically you, among his 12 underlings, were chosen to take this class alongside the young hierarch? Momentarily flashed a flustered expression, taken off guard by the sudden, pointed question. But he soon regained his composure and replied, Ugh. Well, who else besides me would ever go along with these lesson plans? Don Quixote is going to ditch the classes out of boredom, then goes to Rhodia, and Rhodia will just try to take over the class. Mentioning what it'd be like to have a Heathcliff here and loquacious list of excuses. Struck a nerve, didn't I? How do you know so little about yourself, even less than what I've already learned about you? What are you talking about? A bird that has failed to break its shell in time will rot within its confines. I still don't understand what you're talking about. Even as he said so, it seemed more like anxiety than confusion to me. Prepare yourself to flit away before the rain. Wow. Hey, Kamal Mal. And the knight just giggled flippantly. Suddenly serious. Very cool. It is very cool. Suddenly serious, added and nowhere to be seen. Doesn't that let myself babble on for this so long? I suppose I credit my foolish pupils for that. Ready to swing away. Swing through. Oh, that is a lot of red. Huge. Never how I could break the enemy's morale. Very nice. Okay, so let's see. What can I play for? A lot of swings. Ooh, actually. Try this out. Let's switch it around. And then we'll lose the morale first, and then it'll all be restored after. I mean, oh, hey, Chains of Command already just gave it. Very nice. Okay. Bad dogging. Really funny to me, not gonna lie. With the class. We sure did do that. Crimson Cleave? What? Cleave. Oh wow, look at that. Okay, cool. We're getting a lot of new skills. Okay, we need Young somehow. Lol, only one viewer? I don't know. I'm just having a good time, honestly. cool. Or young, which is exactly what we're looking for. Ooh, Sinclair got some buffs. Huge, honestly. We did kind of need that a little. Yep, we got another master. There was 2 viewer. There's still 2 viewers. Look at that. POW Torch Technique Passive Learn. A bestie and a rival. What are these? Sinclair. Sinclair's participating in this battle. This unit and Sinclair both gain. Oh my god, +2. Bind or bleed, gain +1 clash power up. Awesome. I don't think we'll be able to, like, unfortunately reach the top, exactly top skills. Oh, hey Japan. Damn, am I glad I got my head screwed back on. I'm just psyched to watch everyone else freaking out about this child's play. All the missed news I've been hearing to open my eyes in the recovery room sounds very enticing. I really wish I was there to watch it all. Half the family heads getting arrested for treason. If I was going to some experienced kid from the Gia family. Not to mention how my lovely little sister had her engagement called off. And how she's now been branded as a traitor to her own blood. All the entertainment in the world seems to have happened during my little nap, don't you think? Oh, hello, Bacon got moved. Hello, I'm third viewer. Show your face to the regular assembly. But doubt you have any concern for the future of Hong Yuan. What are you doing here? I just thought I'd have some fun! Okay, so he's just here to chill out, huh? Alright, cool, we're gonna kill him. What level compared to level 55. Level 55. Cool. Look at that. Huge, honestly. Can't read which one. I guess I'll figure out one. 5th form. Okay. Oh, it was an assist attack. Fascinating.
그 해결사의 역경이 필요하면 지도자라면 동료를 포기하지 않아.
Hold on. Yeah, on crit kill failures, so I use that skill and that's this skill. Looks some good bleed. Okay. Nine attack power is crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Well, you sure can try on that one, but I'll be honest, man, it's not looking good for you anymore. Yep. Isn't too confusing for me. It's a lot of reading. It's a lot of reading. Why stop now? You can't make me like my last death. Stab me in the heart. Cut my limbs to ribbons. Listen, this duel's just far, okay? We have to kill each other for this to end. Phew. As this frustrating, you have the opportunity of a lifetime right before your eyes. And you're too weak to use it. Well, I'm sorry to tell this Kamal Mal, but this is a reading game. You have everyone who fights you on every step of your way coming to you. Practically presenting their heads on still a platter. You're just gonna let them slink away with these scratches? Get your act together. When the hierarchy war is over, I'm going to kill someone just because they're being a bit uncooperative. Get real. Do you have any idea how long it'll take for you to gain even a morsel of power by playing this fool's game? Hey, wanna hear a little tip on how you can firmly establish your position as the family hierarch? Do it in the most horrible, painful, hideous way you can imagine. And my corpse by the entrance of that assembly hall over there. Use me to send a clear message. I station every single one of your Heishu packs between every pillar in the assembly hall. One dares speak out against you? Snip! Cut off the head before they can get another word out. 5 days. Like 5 days where everyone starts eating out of your hand. And that's how you establish yourself as the hierarchy. Here's power. No, I don't want to do that anymore. You have to make Hong Yuan a place where its people can actually. Not you, of all people, understand. Remember how I hate hurting people. More so than anyone else. Man, what a boring answer. Not even my dullest expectations. It only took a few years until you break to become just like them. The friendly hierarchs of the past who couldn't help but ruthlessly weed out any seed of resistance. My people here, do you think, still have a grip on the Ascendi? Maybe I'm only a few years away from becoming an idiot. An idiot shuffling aimlessly around Dangonyan. I can only hope that I won't be a slobbering mess by the time that happens. A change gonna happen? I'm gonna hope that happens while I'm still sane. The Drapan sauntered away. Jazzy Chun found it difficult to move on. Excellent work, my lady. Your warriors exam with flying colors. Crush them for underestimating you. I am. Did he? Deep thing grows in thought. Oh shit. Okay, we need to boost the morale. We need to boost morale. Oh shit, wait, isn't there one? For morale? Ishmael Heathcliff. Ishmael Heathcliff will immediately get up. Is there another way I can get morale up? Okay, let's throw the roadie up. Let's do it this way. See what happens. Yeah, particular mood today. Oh, this isn't it. Classes end up, and all you guys leave. In my days, word to death and assassins could pop out of nowhere and kill me any moment. Seen by so much paranoia, worried that I'll start twitching at shadows cast from lamplight. Yes, come on. Means, but yeah, sure. For me to, you know, prove that I deserve to be the family hierarch. Spent a whole life trying to prove to everyone that I have the will and determination to. I had to prove to everyone that I deserve to keep it. Those bastards whose only thought in their empty heads is how they can expand their rooms. By the way, have you ever heard of playing hooky before? Playing hooky? Are you using for eliminating your enemies? I've already done it back when I was in school, but let's go ahead. You just skip school and go out to play. Oh. I've only done it once myself, after a friend talked me into it. I agree. It's time for our lady to clear her head. Come. Very well. Let us play. One hooky. What are you guys doing? Come on, let's get moving. I gotta prove myself, right? Don't I? Gotta have a bastard's approval, don't I? In a bad mood today, huh? Hi, lady. Have you been in the backyard by the Luxio Hermitage as of late? No, but I doubt I know what happened there. They threw in a few dead bodies in the massacre of a decade ago, turned the pond foul. They had to bury the whole thing. Indeed they did. This was overwhelming and toxic that corpses of animals and plants could be seen floating on the surface, turning the pond into a festering black bog. Passing by had to plug their nose over risk passing out. Why are you bringing up something awful like that? That tree had taken a root there, my lady. I missed all the rot. A willow. The willow tree reached deep into the pond with its roots, clearing out the foul grease, cleansing the water. I wonder if you found it clear and glittering, thriving with other aquatic plants growing within. Covered from the rot, becoming a normal, clear pond surrounded by leaves and moss. Some months ago, they introduced a few carps in there, and we checked again. They were just as vivacious as they were there. They were on their first day there. You'd like to pay the pond a visit? Alright with you? You guys buy his explanation, but you followed him anyway. I'm kidding. I avoided this place for so long. I never thought I could be this clean again. I hardly believe that this pond used to be a rotten bog. All that happened was that this tree happened to take root there. What matters, my lady? Patience and determination. Of course, this place has slipped my mind then, and as I was quite swamped with work, but the world has a stronger capacity to heal itself than one might imagine. Clean, recovery will follow, as long as there is a steady root to rally around. For a long break that seemed to question even our hearts. Nice, you're making good progress. Your form, the light in your eyes, you've certainly improved in all aspects. I dare say you've had some change of heart too. Yeah. I do feel a tad more comfortable than I did before. Oh wow, okay, I didn't have to worry about morale at all. Oh, okay. Oh wow, that's mandatory. Okay, do this one. Yeah. Right, class. Here's a new task to help you learn how to break your enemy's morale. The moment you shriek in front of your enemies, you're already lost. They don't. It don't matter how many there are, how threatening they look, yeah? Take me for example. I would turn tail and fled like some milksop, no matter what enemy we were put up against. I don't think you ever have. It was to the nerds to waste time coming up with strategies and what have you. Listen, there's a problem in the world you can't solve by boldly rushing in head first. The Otis would have boldly rushed in head first and shaken by his labels they've been here. Here's what I think. Not for you got enough to plot. That's why neither of you could say shite that against those buggers back at the assembly hall, am I right? In your silence, the old scar and her pride growing sore again. Oh, let me help you grow some backbone. Why did the hammer? He usually has a bat, but the people who are like helping train Jia Zichun, decided that him swinging a bat was too dangerous. They gave him this like rubber mallet. Don't get mad at me. Don't shrink, lads. Stand proud. Oh. Okay, but how could I? Oh, you're offending me, yeah? I can take it. You two, I built up enough thick skin for all kinds of insults thanks to my years in the back streets. I'm bloody invincible. Yeah? Well, shut up, Heathcliff. Good lad. You're hardly even a teacher, man. This class sucks. All you're doing up there is standing around and trying to look cool. That one's gonna sting a little. That's it, you little shite. I would have said back in the day. I probably would have struck you with this hammer. I mean, my club. But I've changed too. Who did you? I can see the fire in your eyes has grown. Remember this feeling, yeah? Well, now, let's practice. Looks like both of you have the perfect sparring partner in each other. Now your visit, both of you. Huh? You mean us? Me and Zichun? I'm backman by getting fist cut with the boys during my Backstreet days. They break my arm, I break their legs in return. See what I mean? Is that what bestie is supposed to mean? Zichun asked with considerable confusion. Well, let's do this, I guess? You want me to go easy on you, do you? I don't. Excellent. Okay. Oh wow, it's just straight up. Okay. You're level 55. You're level 55. But you're still going to win at the end of it. You are pretty strong now. Oh, perfect. The rashing to hack. Keep the speed of return. Okay, well, he's getting better. Alright, Sinclair, I want you to do better, my goat. Got this. I believe in you.
그 해결사의 역경에
It's
비하면
so awesome.
다른 누구도 아닌 나 자신을 들여다봐야 해. 자, 알고 있는 걸 전부
Already staggered. I can go more?
전부
Oh man, okay. Come on, Sinclair, I want you to do something cool here.
지도자라면 동료를 포기하지 않아.
Yeah, little thing at the end. Acid? Oh, wait, no. Oh, what is that? Oh, fuck. Uh-oh. Oh, thank God it was just that. No, thank God, I wasted. Alright, that's good enough. Bloody hell, lad, that's much closer than I thought. Good match. Jeez, don't most people usually lose steam the longer a fight gets? Look, was that at the end? The class lesson they learned. With all that they learned up until the lesson began, I was sure that Jia Chun would have come out on top without breaking a sweat, given that Sinclair wasn't using identity in the top training he had at Kenya, but those things with Night Drifter's teachings were things that mark on his forehead. I saw a glimpse of Sinclair had only seen in a select few mirror worlds. Right, Sinclair? Yeah, it's not like we're going out with real weapons. The fight ended before it got any further, thankfully, so I'm not hurt or anything. A bit of a few on our forehead, though. Sinclair didn't notice a single yet clear red line that appeared on his forehead. Anything bad happened when the mark manifested back in La Mancha land. Demian and Rim were the only people who ever shown that mark. I couldn't help but worry a little. Hey, you ever run away from home before? Ugh. Where's this coming from? How are you acting? It's clear to me that you're a homebody, but something behind your eyes that tells you that your life has been all been sunshine and rainbows. You're caught with running away from home. It's more like a left home. Because I didn't have a choice. How'd that feel? It was melting away into nothing. I only had to face the whole terrible world all on my own. And I was so overwhelming that, well, I'm sure you can quite commiserate. Being on top of your game your whole life after all. I did leave Dagwon by my own volition, but to be honest, here's something I never told Wei. I felt unutterably lost. There's so much I had to do, so much responsibility. I guess neither of us were that ready for the world when we left home. I was just as lost back home, though. And there's Cliff, too. He also left home. Time ago, he paid a visit to the manor he grew up in. Heading home must have been pretty exciting for him. You have no idea how much of the journey back he spent gussing up and trimming his hair. Something just came up. That's dismissed. Oh, that's so mean. That's over. Oh, that's pretty nice. Oh, would it be the other way around? So like we did. Yeah. Okay. Now let's do it this way. So, you can teach us any techniques? A few days since your training began, but the other mods will teach me this Zuka technique. What got you two pouting all lesson? Ooh-wee. Now, that's some good wine. Very well, I'm in the mood. Let me teach you a useful trick. Really? Fine. What did I teach you to do as you swung your sticks? Things that put pressure on me and face nothing but myself and my movements. That's only the start of it. First, emptiness of sound. Light friction from the tips of your toes, the ripple of your clothes, your breaths. Erase them all. Erase every ripple and echo you leave upon this world. This stands before us. But his presence becomes as hazy as mist. Despite the wild movements we hear. Second, emptiness of form. To have a form is to provide your foes with clues to predict your next move. Get the weapons in your hands, forget your structured forms, break the mold, become the flow, let only your will remain. Then just steeps into his movements until all seven of the pattern becomes and clownish about his unpredictable movements. They were also so hypnotic and floaty that Jiazi tuned in secretly couldn't look away. Last, emptiness of mind. Let no force the direction of your heart. Empty your desires and intentions both. Stand without thinking, penetrate without gazing. But Jiazi Chunin Sinclair's necks were marked by small inputs of the twig that pressed his skin. He'd been standing next to me all along, leaped a small distance away, seemingly deep in thought. That's two. I wasn't spared from the lesson. Not this bits that Isan utters sometimes. Lose one's nose with eyes open. Immerse yourselves. The descent is slow and gradual, and focusing entirely on the self didn't find it quite easy to reach a state of emptiness of mind. And didn't I just say that one must take it slowly and gradually? Mind already. I'd have taught you my everything, have you under my tutelage long. Right? No, wait, I need to relax more. The new hierarch has found herself the clue to the emptiness of form. What technique is this? This is all just movements at the end. Really quite entirely necessary to give them those flashy names. Really secret techniques should come without one. Whew. Well, it's still supposed to be our ultimate move, right? Any more official to give it a name? In that case, that's some good whining. Alright, take them all. You have a good evening, or day. Almost like blasted sheep on restrained ripples. Game sucks. And with the ultimate move, that's probably named it. Runes, but just puts that drifter. Bosses has someone give a lesson like starting from very fundamental. Only can one find the people willing to slowly learn from the very fundamentals of a world of infinite technological advances like the Veil. I'm only fortunate enough to have found two pupils who are indeed willing. 8. You want to attentively these. Now, it seems entirely unnecessary for you to dig. As I don't quite recall putting anything on your tab. Feel free to questions to rest, but I have no answer to give. Past is like smoke. I've long entered any history worth delving into. Not sure what to do here. They can suddenly teach you guys to hear the fact parts. It's out of nowhere, right? That's why I've installed this box called Messing with the Hearts, but the door here with the lesson. The greatest strength of Messing with the Hearts is anonymity. Here, people can also share their concerns that have been eating away at them with your judgment. Now everyone can be more honest about it. The box is quite heavy, making quite the liberal use of it. Let's see, the one at the bottom has to be the first mention. Let's say. Oh, I forgot to ask, those monsters even do anything? Does this mask not even do anything? So what's the point of these messages anyway? You have to whinge in their face. I got else to say, so now come on. Your neighbor keeps making weird noise at night. Something about that, yeah? About a smoking head over and over again. Point is, this is getting on my nerves. Doesn't get taken care of in a week. I'll do it my own way. Ow. I'll just personal grievances. Let's see what the next one says. Who dares herald the executive manager with such useless, weak-minded complaint? You wasting the executive manager's precious time and causing him trouble. I'll personally hold you responsible for that blunder. You best prepare yourself for the consequences. Like she's right here, speaking right into my ear. I thought written words could cause hearing damage. I don't know if it's just me, but someone's probably been spun on these papers, huh? I have proof too. I pulled this piece of paper up into a padlock knot shape. Whoever spun it did a pretty bad job of replicating it. Oh, another thing? The compass disappeared. It's under the hellish depths of the Belmore trenches. We'll establish some house rules soon. One of you steal a compass or something? No way. Other, no matter how hard things get. It troubles me. The Type A wire that caused the explosion was replaced in the clamp up in the shatter gear. But it likely hasn't been found. Don't concern yourself with that. Really shit. I felt like I should really share this with anyone. Let this slip away like nothing happened. Yeah, I'm talking about the incident that happened aboard Memphis. National alarm clock against Dante's face while he was sleeping. No one ended up figuring out what happened there. Yeah, well, I don't know what exactly happened, but there was a loud shattering noise outside at night, so we all ran to see what happened. Only a critical clue, so I guess we just let it go. Dante said they were AFK, so we just moved on to it, but oh yeah, I saw what I saw. I saw Greg's bug on him. Yes. What if he happened to lose his balance while carrying that alarm clock with on hand? You know what I mean? Pressing the anonymity thing on this. Better wouldn't. Alarm clock. Broken due to shock at the time. That's at 22:30. That hour, when two individuals were awake for the whole investigation. 22. One of the two individuals who were on the night watch duty. Yep. Miss Gossip one of them. Hey. Dante? These comments with Faust that morning? I think back on it. We did have a talk with Faust that day. Briefly. Faust made a few criticisms of my command style, and she was right, but I tended to not hear her because I didn't have anything to retort with. So Faust, don't tell me Faust actually held a grudge against you for that. So, fellas, I was noticed this, but I was adjusting cigarette ash near the shattered alarm clock. No manager, bud. There's only two among us, so... Oh, smoke. one of them they'd put in his own room. Know what I mean? The witness, too. This is a cowardly liar. I'm sure she will come forward and tell him exactly what happened that night. To thee that I know cowardly weaver of lies. In truth, among numerous cosplays I wish to accomplish, was a duel of Captain Scorps and the one-eyed navigator. Ha! And the loyal Captain Scorps is still beginneth, verily, in year 757. Alas, the possibility of procuring a scorpion arm proved more dubious than one could have expected. I convinced young Greg joined forces with me. Together and capture our glorious forms. Pity he had no pipe. His cigarette between his teeth. Compass was to be the captain's trinket. For that purpose, I had entirely borrowed it from a room. Oh, woe is me, for I regretfully spilled an entire tincture, and the compass was swallowed by its greasy juices. Whom the aroma lingereth still. I beg thy forgiveness, Major Esquire. Well, at least we know who took Ismail's compass. Rating. C, T, G, W, N, N, and M. There? Yeah, trying to parse that from written text is usually way harder. The tone and the general context of the words, so go to the plot thickens. Guys, are we actually going to try and find the culprit? Nice. Alright, that's it. Fuck it, read up. Let's go front the sod and tell him like it is, there's something bugging him. Instead of running in his sleep. Now, where is he? Nice. I mean, like the person trying to get to the bottom of this. Okay. Well, die the first. Other than ever since the I can hardly lull myself to other than myself with pump. First explorer. Story now about Ireland. The eloquent describing of excuses. Alright. Trying to take the heat. That this number one sinner doesn't want to share the going any further. I believe. Oh. How can I walk near here when I found a piece of paper? Wow. Returning here. Finds his way to the original writer. Thus returns the number one sinner. Be the key to resolving the case. Truth of what? Find yourself good. With that crackling fire-like thing on top of the manager's head. Not like real fire? Or if it would not give off any heat. Yes, right? Don't worry about you, son. Like we have any other way to tell other than touching ourselves. We're phenomena. They're asleep. Be tired. Fucking dirty thought. Just check. While the manager's asleep. Kind of phlegm singing. Yeah, well. Just find out how loud my heartbeat can get. You sung? The alarm next to the manager. Wow. Maybe not most. Child. Fun to interface with the time. You rats. Playing a played out prank. From the lens of hindsight's illumination, it almost appears that I'm making a secret accusation to a fellow of mine. Be easy on my heart, doesn't need to assume the entire way coming. That's where it ends. That was the entire time. Sorry, Dante. I could have been upfront about it, but I admit about utterly punishing the culprit that I couldn't bring myself to. You know. Get down to that. Tell you the truth in time. Know the truth. You might have ideas of why I've been made a student alongside Mrs. Chun. Something that the company was expecting from me. It's not showing up, so they must be making me take these classes to compensate for it. Only facing their own issues and slowly overcoming them. Well, I'm still here. I feel like I'm stagnating in place. I mean, my time is yet to come, but I don't know. The fear that that ship might have sailed for me already. Oh. my progress. I am going to bed. 4:30 more. I've got classes tomorrow. Alright. Night class.